I can't find it. Depressing.
Welcome to the Opinion Plant Podcast. Once again, this is your host, Nocam, that just opened a lemon LaCroix.
This is
And
your oh, I'm sorry.
no, that's okay.
This is your other host, Amadeus Kyouma. I have no current drink, but I did just finish a coffee from a gas station. It's pretty good coffee.
And I'm your other host, GymBagBob. I had a glass of water, but my cat decided it was hers, so I am drinkless as well.
Sad. Yeah, I have two drinks. One is that sparkling water, and the other, obviously, I'm the drunk. So I remember that picture that I took, the gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drink's called the Three Philosophers, and today's topic is on three philosophers.
Well,
I
yeah,
feel like
I
that was
suppose
just I
yes.
feel like that was fate. I kind of had to pick this up. So,
That's,
uh I guess
Are we
we'll
jumping into it already?
no, if you've looked at the schedule, that's right after advertisements. So,
I did. I just thought you were jumping around.
no, but we could introduce who we're going to talk about in the future and then we can go back to it later, kind of just, you know, how people like start shows. They talk about what is going to happen during the show.
well, depends on the show. I mean,
I
I
guess.
think it'd be kind of funny if there's like a sitcom where they like sit down with every joke that they're gonna do. Like, okay, so then we're gonna go to the cafe, and then that random person's gonna walk in, and we're gonna be like, "Oh my God, we haven't seen you since elementary." Kind of humorous.
Yeah.
Like, there's a clip I saw that actually made Friends funny. Instead of a laugh track, it's just one guy with a really bad laugh just cackling. It made it so much funnier when it's just one person.
You never sent
Those
it to
two
me
have because I try not to send you TikToks because
because it's
okay, well I
cringe.
don't try
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes you
I
do
send
actually,
Tik.
so
Yeah, well I try and fight it. All right.
I only send you shit when I'm drunk, so
Molly, do you ever wonder what it's like to be drunk?
Not really.
you ever wondered what it's like to be drunk while you're sick?
No.
Why not?
Is it better being drunk when you're sick?
Actually, surprisingly, yeah. Depends on how sick you are. Like, if it was the first couple days, no. That would have sucked because I have like body aches and chills.
I
So like,
can't even imagine fucking drinking when you're sick.
yeah,
Just the taste itself. The act of being drunk, I can kind of imagine like it can help a little bit, but like the sipping of the alcohol part, I'm just thinking of really harsh shit. But
no, and it's like
yes,
really harsh. Like, I was a dumbass when I got it. I got uh wine and it was like this like lemon lime like hard alcohol shit. So it was like super sour shit that when you're I don't know if it just hits the back of your throat wrong, especially when you're sick. It's not a comfortable feeling.
oh, I mean I've smoked before while being sick, and just the act of the inhaling smoke, it just fucking. I'm not a smart person. Speaking of smoke, though, I smoked my first cigarette of this year, I believe. No, first cigarette in 2 months.
Damn,
That sounds
that's
less
sad.
impressive. Um, a customer offered me one, and I wasn't gonna say no. It was kind of interesting.
Mine was it.
Uh, Marlboro. Yeah, the red pack.
Red? Okay. Based.
Red. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, those are the only ones that I've purchased. And then I just gave it to somebody else during the field because they forgot their cigars.
So, Molly, if we had Opinion Planet podcast branded cigarettes, would you try some tobacco?
I would try it once.
The fuck?
What if you enjoyed it though? Like, yeah, you're gonna cough a little bit, but like, you get that nicotine buzz and you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
I wouldn't do it. Even if I enjoyed it, I wouldn't do it.
Why not?
Just because it's bad for you.
How could you control yourself
Okay.
if you enjoyed it?
What?
Do you have self-discipline?
Yes.
No.
How would we
Yep.
how would we brand that? Like, what would be our special take on
It's a healthy alternative.
it? Hey, that's what they tried doing back then. They said that the filter, provided a cleaner, better smoke.
We have otherworldly tobacco in our cigarettes. Right? That's
Yeah.
how we. That's how
Otherwise,
we separate ourselves.
it has to come from Opinion Planet, which is this planet.
Yeah, each cigarette has its own built-in opinion, and
Oh, that'd be
some are
kinda
going to
cool.
taste really good. It'll be like an echo chamber, a cigarette, and then other cigarettes are just going to be really fucking awful, and it's
Okay.
just going to be an opinion you don't like.
So it's like you pull it out and it's like a fortune cookie. They have, every different cigarette has a bad take, and then, and you smoke it, and the take disappears. The opinion.
That's pretty good,
The
actually.
opinion is in the planet now.
I would go to college to be a marketing person. It seems kind of fun. Obviously, the simpler the campaign, the better.
Yeah.
Is there like any marketing thing that you guys still remember vividly from like when you were a kid, or like even modern day marketing that like was stand out to you?
Those Airhead commercials where like their
I was
heads
gonna
blew
say
up.
the Zoo Pal commercial.
The what?
Zoo Pal, the
What the
little
fuck is
animal head
I
plate.
vaguely remember those. The
what the fuck is
plates?
Zoo Pal?
The plates?
Yeah, the
Yeah, I know.
paper plate.
I know what you're talking about.
What the fuck are Zoo? Wait, why does that sound like a jingle?
Zoo Pals.
What
Oink
the fuck?
oink Zoo Pal.
It was like there were animal themed paper plates, and the ears were for
Interesting.
dipping sauces or some shit.
It's to make eating fun.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hey, USA Today, August 18th, 2023. Zoo Pal plates are back after nearly a decade, and they're already sold out on Amazon.
What the fuck?
They came back.
Man,
Interesting.
fucking adults nowadays are too desperate, bro. They really need to feel that childhood feeling again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
maybe
Jason.
they're getting them for their kids to
Probably
be like,
not.
Hey, I used to have
Probably
these."
not.
No, it's just for them.
Yeah.
It's for their own sake.
It's like, hey,
Jason, what was your marketing campaign?
this is that Airhead commercial where like
Airhead.
all I remember is that their heads just became air.
Oh, like inflated like a balloon.
Mm-hmm. Or
There's
what was the commercial? It was like they're squishing people. Was it for Gogurt or some shit?
the fucking Dianimals Crush Cup.
Yeah, Dianimals Crush Cup. That's what it was.
I was gonna say that's like one of the most memorable ones for me, or the direct TV, the fucking commercials where it just escalating stakes to like avoid paying more. It was a weird commercial. They would go on way longer than they needed to.
Oh shit.
But it was memorable.
Yeah.
I only asked this question because I saw something on TikTok. It was simple and effective marketing. It was a billboard for a dermatologist's office, and all it was just some attractive looking woman, and then the location for the dermatologist office.
Yeah, those
The
weird
comment.
early 2000s commercials and and the women in them.
Yeah, those were interesting.
It was like GoDaddy.com. That was like a big one for like weird ass commercials.
A lot of like early 2000s PS2 or German car advertisements as well. They're fucking freaky. At least the PS2 ones, but they're
Yeah. Well, I mean,
interesting.
PlayStation ones are always kind of weird. I'd actually be surprised if they were normal commercials, but
Yeah,
but
what the fuck? I'm gonna send one because this is interesting marketing. I wish we had marketing like we used to have because everything nowadays just feels so corporate. It feels boring as shit.
yeah, I wish there was an illusion of less corporate, because then at least I can pretend that like everything's good. But
That
yeah, Stanley Steamers. That one's also a big one.
Stanley Steamers?
Stanley Steamers?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking
You've
about?
never heard of Stanley Steamers?
Not once.
Although, why are we giving these fuckers free
Sounds
advertising?
familiar.
Are they still even a thing? Or
That a jingle was like,
the jingle was dead air?
yeah, the
Just complete
jingle was.
song.
Dead air.
It's pretty good.
I was gonna save that for the tech, but
Fuck the new season. It's come out, hasn't it? I haven't watched any of it. All right, this is dead air, guys. Come on.
yeah,
We need to talk about.
I'm trying to find. I thought there was a jingle for it, but then I'm finding something that's saying like Stanley Steamer never had a jingle, and now I'm like going into a whole rabbit hole of like.
It never
fucking-
happened.
Maybe I came into a different universe.
Wake up. It's not your fault.
Maybe I just got like sick because I changed dimensions. It's called dimensional sickness.
It might be, yeah.
Mhm.
No, I like the other advertise. I mean, obviously, if people were actually a part of the Discord, they could see. But I think it's interesting advertising. You got the Sony branded condoms. That's kind of fucking quirky.
Yeah. What about Empire Today?
Empire Today. That sounds familiar.
One eight
Why does that
hundred
sound familiar?
Empire Today or some shit like that.
You know what I want to see? I want to see what popular marketing
Empire
campaigns of today. What are the most
Today jingle. They had a jingle for sure.
This is not good marketing. Uber Eats with their Ramadan ads. That's one of the best marketing tactics this year. Ryan Reynolds talking about cybersecurity. That's not good.
Oh, that's what they. Okay, I forgot. So the jingle was literally 1-800-588-2300 Empire.
3789.
Oh my god.
And then the guy in the commercial who was placing the flooring, he would just say today.
Yeah,
I
yeah. That sounds
remember
right.
that now that you said
Yeah.
all the numbers
1-800-588-2300 Empire. Yeah, I remember that.
today.
That's gonna be stuck in my head. It's really like my last memory while I'm sitting in a nursing home. It's gonna be that.
Good.
The fuck? Oh, the PS2 shit you sent?
Yeah, I love that. That's good marketing. That's good.
Yes. Oh, see, this is the cryptic marketing we need for OPP.
Yeah,
2026.
some random girl taking Opinion Planet podcast pills.
Yeah. I like that. Fuck. That would not. If that's, I don't think that's real. That's not real.
Yeah, I hope it is real.
I
Like, I'm just like,
100% do not believe that that's real.
you never know, man. European Sony could have had some pretty good fucking ideas.
If it was European Sony, maybe, but the perspective on the square or on all of the shapes are off. So it was a shitty, good marketing, but there's a shitty artist for it.
Molly, what are your
if
thoughts
that was
on the
real? But
yeah, Molly, what are your thoughts on the marketing PS2 stuff?
It doesn't seem like it's real. I've never seen it before. Like,
Okay, do you have like anything else?
yeah, Polly want a cracker? You fucking parrot. All right, I'm sorry.
I'm not a fan of it if that is actual real advertisement. I don't.
Why not?
It just. It's not appealing to me.
Do you play games? Are you a gamer?
Not really.
That's why. This only appeals to gamers.
I used to play a lot of GameCube and Wii.
Nintendo doesn't count.
Then no, I'm not a gamer.
What would you guys say the most, in your opinion, the most successful marketing campaign has been? Like, what do you think it would be? Which raised the most money?
For me, was the 1-800-588-2300.
It's the most successful. That's fair. That's fair.
But shit, I don't know. The most successful. What would you say the best platform would be? Would be on like television?
The golden days of cable television, probably.
Because yeah, I mean a billboard isn't going to get you anywhere unless it's like
It'll get
that
you
unique.
It'll get you locally, but
Yeah,
you need like national coverage and TV commercials were the way to do. I mean, the most successful TV commercial, I have no fucking idea. Um, I'm looking at just a top 10 list. Nike's Just Do It. I'd say that's fair. It's like related. It is the Nike brand. Just Do It.
oh yeah, yeah, it's it.
I'd say one of the best examples of marketing was Pepsi. Like, just give a Pepsi to the protesters and everything's all right.
Yeah,
Pepsi solves all the
I wasn't
problems.
thinking big picture, but yeah, I'd say anything that like stirs shit up, unless it pisses off the conservatives.
And it's bad marketing.
Yeah, yeah, because the
So
whole
like all
like
the
Bud Light thing. But at the same time, wait, actually, that's good marketing. They kind of like reversed engineered marketing.
what
Because
happened with the Bud Light? I understand that
I
they
guess
lost money, but
there is like some transgender that they had on a commercial. That's literally it. And then the conservatives got mad, and they said, "All right, that
I
beer's
thought
gay
they
now."
just like did a TikTok ad for them or something. I don't remember
Bro,
it
I mean,
actually being a
either
commercial.
either way, all I had was just a transgender in there, and that's what started up. And then what
that's all
people
it took.
did is like, all right, this beer's gay now. I'm not drinking that shit. And they went out and got like Miller Lite or whatever the fuck, which is owned by the same people.
I
So
was gonna say it's probably all owned by yeah.
yes, but I forgot the overall company name. It's like something Hauser. But either way, yeah, they stopped buying that product, and then they just went over and bought a shit ton of the other products. So no one lost anything, no one gained anything. they played themselves over the dumbest shit. So I'd say that was pretty successful still. More controversial it is, the more attention it gets. Maybe like a couple people will say like, yeah, I'm not buying this shit for good ever again. And then they'll make it like 2 months and they're like, they realize that nobody else is doing it. They just realize how pointless it is.
Well, I mean, if like controversial is good marketing, then Sam Bankman-Fried, I mean, he sold people on cryptocurrency for sure.
What would it? All right, beyond, unless it's scamming people,
Um,
then controversial
yeah,
good.
honestly, I can't think of any marketing campaigns from this year that I know of because I don't see much advertising. I want to see.
Yeah, most of it is just
Actually,
like companies on like Twitter and shit now.
X.
Yeah, X or whatever.
You know what? That's the marketing campaign I know the most about. The attempt to transition from Twitter to X.
Yeah.
Such a stupid fucking decision. It's so stupid.
Well, because Elon Musk wanted a website called X. He didn't care what it was. He was gonna call PayPal X when he first was working on that. But people were
It's
like, that's retarded.
good.
Which they were right.
It's middle school naming scheme. X. It's so cool and futuristic and edgy and oh my god.
Yeah. SpaceX. X. Sorry. It's stupid. That's why like there's like a thing now where I saw like a picture of someone. It was like, dude, I don't fucking remember. It was someone ecstatic over like Elon Musk has an ex-wife or some shit because it's an ex-wife.
Molly, what are your thoughts on the Twitter rebrand? Do you give a shit?
Honestly, no. I never used Twitter at all.
I want to hear your dishonest opinion.
What? You want to hear me care about it so much?
Yeah.
I'm so upset about the fact that Elon Musk changed Twitter to X. It's so stupid.
You don't even have any explanation for it. Like, he didn't say that, like, you lost money or, you know, someone killed themselves the other day because they changed their name to X or some shit. You just...
What?
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, there we go. Now, obviously, on this podcast, we do not endorse suicide unless you're a white male.
Suicide is badass.
Yeah.
You know what? There's been some interesting marketing campaigns, just nothing from America, from what I can tell. There's a poster for like a toaster, and you know like how when you go to Menards and they have like a bunch of different colors of paint, and they're all laid out in like a numerical number, whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any? It's like that, but with different levels of burnt bread, so toast. You know, like from all the way from like white bread to charcoal toast. I can just fucking send it. You
There
know, we
should
live in
have
the
been
21st century.
a makeup company that did that, but with humans.
I don't think people would be okay with that.
It'd be
You know,
controversial.
yeah, you
Which
can't
goes
offend
into
people.
my number one reasons for success for businesses inside the book that I will be making. Controversial.
That's the book you're making, just controversial.
Called Controversy.
All right. What's your book about?
It's kind of cool. I mean, it's not like... All right. That toaster is kind of stupid. It's probably the dumbest toaster I've ever seen. All right. Who the fuck is going to sit there and scroll what specific, burnt they want their bread?
I would.
You would?
I would actually do that.
Well, maybe because people have more interesting lives than you. All right.
there's people out there that have just as boring of lives as me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would do the same thing.
Yeah.
How much is that toaster? I want to see. Luxury toaster. Jesus fucking Christ.
We're just
All right.
fucking. At that point, why
Wait a
not
minute.
just have like a chip in there, and then just hook it up through an app on your phone, and then it
Wait, I
doesn't
can't
have to have
even.
a screen.
Is this even a real toaster?
Better be.
It's called the R180 Smart Toaster.
Yeah, so why can't I find it for sale? Answer me that, fucking Batman.
I found it.
Where?
It's called the Revolution Instaglow R180 toaster.
Shut the fuck up, Riddler. Where can I buy it?
Amazon.
Amazon. Alright, bitch.
It's $350.
What the fuck?
The Revolution R180S high-speed touchscreen toaster, 2-slice smart toaster with patented Instaglow technology and panini mode. Panini mode.
No, I'm just gonna buy it off of Temu.
Stop with the Temu. What is up with that?
Shop like a billionaire. I don't understand what Temu is. It's another scam Chinese corporation.
Yeah.
I know that much.
That's all I know.
All I need to know. Yeah. What do you mean there's different toasters for men and women? What? What?
You found a BuzzFeed article upon trying to find this toaster. You need to get out of this rabbit hole.
Right.
Oh, you can get a matte black toaster for $350. Oh, but it's 22% off, so it used to be $450. Man, can you imagine like justifying buying a $500 toaster?
Molly, could you do that?
No.
The hell?
No.
There's only 7 modes for how dark you want your bread.
That's it?
Yeah. On the ad, it showed more. I thought there was going to be like a scroll bar, but you select the different. Man, a scroll bar would have been better.
We should make an Opinion Planet podcast toaster.
Should. I think it's just going to be a Walmart toaster with fucking just a sticker on the side.
It's like how Dasani just rebranded London Tap Water.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a cool toaster.
Yeah.
What is it? Does it go down by itself? Because I've seen that before on a mechanical toaster.
Whoa, calm down. We're not talking about things going down on themselves. All right.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
I'm not at work right now, all right? I don't need to hear that.
We're talking about toasters. Right? We should reevaluate the current topic.
We're talking about technology, the big T.
That is true. This is technology.
This is beyond technology. A $500 toaster that has a touchscreen on it. All right.
It's so fucking. There's a market for it, obviously, for rich fucks, but who needs that?
If I had money to throw away, I don't even know if I would have even thought of that toaster. But now that I do, now that I know,
I want like a 4-slot toaster. That would be nice. But
I've had those before. They're nice. Only good if you have like a bigger family, though. Otherwise, like, what you're gonna make two fucking sandwiches for yourself at the same time.
All right, don't fucking judge me, cunt. I'm American. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
I forgot about that.
I have liberty, all right? In case you forgot, liberty is the soul's right to breathe. You know, it's a great movie that you should watch? Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting.
I watched that.
Oh, yeah?
It was good.
Do you like apples, Jason?
No. All right. Yeah, I watched it on my phone because I didn't have a TV or anything I could watch it on at the time. Because
Interesting.
I was in military school.
That's kind of cool.
It really wasn't.
What were your thoughts on the movie? Was it good or no?
I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. I like how
Molly?
there's someone who's trying to press someone who obviously has potential to do something that he didn't want to do. You know?
What are you trying to say? I don't understand.
I don't understand either because you never had potential.
Damn.
I'm joking. Carter, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Molly, what were your thoughts on the movie?
Enjoyed it. That's about all I have.
God damn it.
That's awesome. At least you like grab like one plot point, like I did, and just talk about it, so you can prove that you've seen it.
I don't like that it just ended when it was just him driving the car to whatever that female name was.
That's a
Skyla.
that's a way you make movies. It's to kind of like put the rest up into interpretation. The rest of the movie is what you make.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been fine with it just being left after Robin Williams read the note that he left.
Would you you'd rather the last scene be him making it to her house and they fucked and then the credits roll?
No. No, I just
what would be
think
your
it could have
ideal last
done with
scene?
my ideal last scene.
Yes, of Good Will Hunting.
Oh, fucking no. Um, no, I was saying I think it would have been better if it would have just left off after the note had been read instead of cutting to him like driving the car.
What?
I think
I think that part was kind of like needed. Not like
I mean, yeah,
it wasn't essential, but like it was kind of in the note.
he's doing something. He's doing what he really wants to do. Go after
Yeah.
this girl. I mean, I think you know what? Yeah, I'm just kind of fine with how it ended. It's pretty good. I mean, the only other alternate ending is like Jason said, where he meets up with her in California, and it's just like a 20-minute really uncomfortable sex scene, and then the movie ends. But
Imagine like
that's
sticking it through like awkwardly in the movie theater. Like, all right, there's gonna be something important after this scene, and then right after he finishes, it ends.
it's so fucking stupid.
I'm waiting for that to actually happen for like a movie at some point.
The gang makes a movie.
Hey, we've already made movies. All right, you're never gonna pick the part.
I made music videos.
I
I made a music video that made my English teacher cry. All right.
I thought, Jason, you were gonna say that you've made solo movies, and I was gonna say we don't.
I made solo. No, I was talking
Yeah, so
about
we just have
the movie's gonna be about Elias and his long lost love.
Are you talking to Kelly?
Yeah. Not me, but Dally
What's up?
Winston will.
Isn't it fun to just have like multiple fake accounts just to fuck with random people?
It was it was great because it's actually I was tired. I was sick as fuck. My body was aching. Like to move just a little bit hurt. It just hurt. But I
Yeah.
pried myself out of bed just so I can get access to that account on my phone. Just so I could message that fat ass. But
For those unaware, I'm guessing it's because I was just saying stupid shit on the one of the group chats I'm in on Facebook, but some random fuck ass messaged me just I want to pull up the messages here to read you guys exact quote for quote, word for word. He said to me, "Hey, big balls, you wouldn't say that to my face." I said, "Go fuck yourself, you fat fuck." I say it to the back of your head as well, but it'd take me 30 fucking years to get there. And then he said he wouldn't want to meet me in person, and then proceeds to block me. I don't understand what his thought process was there. Like, I'll show him. He's real scared of me because I blocked him. I don't.
No, I think he actually just kind of like his rage kind of like soothed up, and then I was like, "Oh shit! I just talked shit about a random stranger on the internet that I seemingly know nothing about, that has talked about criminal activity on this on this group before." And then he probably just started getting scared for his family.
There was another random Facebooker that I was like spamming back and forth with, just harassing them because they were harassing me. They took a vehicle that I had for sale and
Yeah.
said that they were gonna buy it, and I didn't see the context for that, so I started to say, "Who the fuck are you? Why are you posting my shit?"
Yeah.
Um, some random fucking guy from a town near where I live was on the other guy's side, just saying, "Yeah, you don't want to fuck with him." So
You
I
don't
looked
want
at the other guy's profile. I took a fucking photo of his truck and his house number, and I just
to.
directly messaged him, "Hey, thanks for telling me where the fuck you live. I'll be seeing you real soon." And then I just blocked. I just couldn't talk to him anymore.
Wait, he blocked you?
Yeah.
Well, he actually got scared. That's great.
Well, this was a different person, not the guy that you messaged. But
Well, I know. I mean, but that
this
guy
felt
actually got scared.
it felt good. It felt good.
There's one guy. I I obviously have my account on Facebook like private, unless like I think I have an option where like you can't friend me. Like
Hmm.
if you want to be friends on Facebook, I have to go out and then intentionally friend you or some shit.
Yeah.
So that's how locked down it is from the public. At least I like to think it is. You can still find it up publicly, but uh, anyway, there's this guy. I was like giving him shit because he was selling. He was one of those scalpers for the PS5. And I was like gonna
Fuck
pretend to
him.
buy it, and then I wonder if I still have it. I doubt that I still have the messages, and for the sake of not creating dead air, I'm not gonna go try and shuffle through it. But yeah, I was giving him shit for that, and then out of nowhere, he just sent me a picture of my old profile picture of me in the trench coat. That's it.
What the
Just
fuck?
he said nothing else. I think that was trying to be like a scare tactic. Like I know what you look like now,
People have done
but
that to
then
me so fucking much, where they send me my profile picture where I have cat ears and they call me a furry. Okay. Yeah, sure.
yeah,
You're so good. You're so good.
it doesn't even do anything.
It's
It's like they've made it a statement or some shit. Like
This
you
is
put
why I
that
wish
up
I wasn't.
publicly for
Yeah.
years. Like you're well
Yeah.
aware of what it looks like.
No, I'm just unaware
Yeah.
and I'm a furry. So my argument, I just love to say to those people, yeah, you're getting outclassed by a furry. That makes you the real fucking retard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It
I mean, I asked
this is
that.
why I
I
wish.
I told that guy, doesn't that picture is there for your intimidation or some shit?
He never responded to you, did he?
No, that guy didn't. The initial guy we were talking about, he never did. He didn't even look at the message,
Damn.
which is upsetting to me. But
He got scared.
yeah, he did get scared. Why it's great though, because then you could just if somebody tries fucking with someone, you just create you have a fake account, act like you I have buddies from the other side. Still getting access to the other account. Last signed in 5 years ago. Holy
Jesus Christ.
fuck.
Molly, do you ever have did you ever have fun just fucking with random people online, or did you never partake in that?
I did partake in that. I fucked around with some of the people at NCA.
Yeah, I mean, you did it for like catfishing purposes because
What?
you had a crush on that person and it was kind of weird.
No,
What?
that wasn't why.
What? Excuse me? Context.
You, Jason, and then a person were had a fake account messaging people, and I wanted to join in on the fun, so I created a fake account and tried messing with the two of them.
See, I created the big catfish of NCA history, all right? There's catfishing accounts everywhere after I started.
Is that a good thing that you started this?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still so lost as like who you guys were specifically fucking with, but it's okay. Oh my god.
Oh,
That
I
is
forgot about this.
crazy.
I created a post on Facebook Marketplace with just with my alt account.
Nice.
It's in Hutchinson, Kansas. The bathroom is near me or not, and it's a picture of a carpeted bathroom, and it's for $500. I'm asking if there's a bathroom nearby.
That's really funny, man.
I think that's hilarious.
I do
And
too.
the
Molly,
only
do you think that's hilarious? Are you laughing? Are you laughing yet?
the only
Ha ha
the
ha.
only messages that I have is just like 4 different scammers asking if they can pick it up. Pick up the concept of me asking where the bathroom is.
I love those scammers where they just message you and then it's so fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, he
I
didn't
got
send
another.
anything.
Uh, I've gotten like 5 text messages about this same thing. It was like, you are trying to make an attempt to change your debit card PIN. Wasn't you? Visit this link to cancel request.
Yeah,
I've gotten it 5 times.
everyone gets those. It's stupid. 5 times? I can't even count on my fingers how many times I've got that.
No, like within the span of like 12 hours.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they just find you and then they just like spam you and then yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll message that guy's like friends and family and then just start rumors about him. I have no idea.
Do it.
There's this
Do it. Do it.
there's a coworker. He there's this dumbass in front of him who's like driving and stopping, driving and stopping. Like he was like he couldn't figure out whether he wanted to go or not, or if he could go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's an idiot because like 90% of the drivers are on this base are just fucking retards. And my coworker's also retarded because he obviously doesn't know distance, but he ended up like tapping the back of this guy's bumper just a little bit, and like I guess I don't know. He was talking about like it cracked something, but it was like a tiny like $50 part or some shit. Like it probably wasn't even part of the vehicle itself. It was just some $50 accessory or just some $50 piece of the bumper.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, the guy comes out and he's like, immediately my coworker's like, "Hey, I got places to go. I can give you like $100 right now, you know, or like I can just give you some money right now and just get it over with." And then he's like, "Well, uh, I don't know." And then he just like he straight up calls his sergeant in charge, the MPs, his insurance company, his mom, like every single one of them in the span of like 30 minutes, and then comes back and like, yeah, the MPs are coming. And then my coworker's like, all right, well, I gotta go fucking park this thing now. They go park I think the MPs come, got some basic information, and then I think there was nothing beyond that because his mom realized how retarded it was. You're gonna ruin or change our insurance rates over, just a tiny little piece. Anyway, the whole story is there's an idiot that he interacted with, and I keep trying to get him to give him. I'm trying to get that guy's number, all right? Because I want to pretend I'm an insurance company.
Companies so fucking much.
Yeah.
No one likes them. They're trying. If you work for an insurance company, go fuck yourself. You're a piece of shit.
How can you just like sit on your ass and then tell another working class citizen, yeah, no, I'm sorry. That's not how that works.
You've been paying us $400 for 20 years of your life. Well, actually, we're not going to pay you jack fucking shit. Go fuck yourself. No, the reason why I'm pissed with insurance is the vehicle that I bought from you. It's fucking stupid expensive to insure. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, you're
The
required by
cheapest I've
law.
yeah, the cheapest I've found so far is like $230 a month. And it's so fucking stupid.
But I mean, a good point they brought up in Malcolm in the Middle is if everyone else is insured, then why do I have to be?
Yeah,
You know?
I mean that's pretty much how it's been.
Hey, I don't care what you do as
I
long as you get my name off that title.
it's still on it. If
Fucking
anything, my
say
plan is to just pay for like a month of insurance, just so I can get the title transferred to my name at the bare minimum, and just make it look like a police vehicle through and through. So like,
make it
you
look
know,
like maybe like a PI vehicle.
yeah,
Just so you can get like maybe not even PI, just like FBI or some shit.
yeah,
Because yeah, get those cow catchers in the front or whatever the fuck they're called. Not
yep.
a cow.
Bumper, well,
Yeah,
bumper bar, two
yeah.
spotlights, a radio,
I just do
a
one
PA
spotlight.
system.
Looks way more
No,
classy. Why do you
no, I'll
need
get
two
two.
for?
I'll get four.
You can get two for the passengers. That are supposed to be the. Can you imagine telling the person you just handcuffed? Hey, I handcuffed your hands in the front for a reason. I want you to point that spotlight towards that object.
Do it to fuck with them. It'll be funny.
I want you to point that
Oh,
spotlight where the apartment is that you just killed someone in.
yeah. I think it'd be interesting. I probably won't ever do it, but to get like the actual divider in the Crown Vic, so like for when they actually arrested people, they have the barricade separating the
Dude, at that
pass
point,
or the back
just
seat.
buy a police cruiser then.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I want to make it look like one, but not go like completely all out. The most I'd go is like the window locks or the window bars, but even then, it's kind of
That's why it's easier to like buy one of those and then just go backwards.
yeah, but like I can't do that. I'd have to upgrade everything.
Fine, whatever. That's fine.
It'll be good. I'll have
Yeah.
red, white, and blue light racks. It'll be an actual police vehicle.
Actually, today I did something force of habit. Is like when I see someone do like a retarded like street infraction, I'd like aggressively drive behind them and then drive like right behind them and follow them. That's what I did in the Crown Vic, and I would hope that it would scare them a little bit, but it doesn't work in
Yeah,
the Lincoln.
I'm sure.
I just
They
look
just
like
think,
some dumbass old guy.
yeah. That's not bad. A red and blue siren for only $220. That's pretty good.
Those aren't legal. That's not legal though.
No, yeah, obviously, no shit. What are they gonna do? Pull me over?
Hey, you're a cop. You can't get pulled over.
Yeah.
I
If
res-
I do get pulled over, I'll just act like the cops that do get pulled over. I'm too good for this shit. Fuck off.
yeah. There's only a few like departments now that have Crown Victorias, and it's sad.
Yeah.
They made a movie about that car. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
I did actually.
No.
I did actually.
No.
I did.
When was this?
It was like I was trying to flex my car on you because you were trying to flex your Chrysler Sebring, and it was when I was at college. They made a movie. It's literally called Crown Victoria, and it's about these officers.
I'll watch it when I'm tripping on acid next time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking September 1st.
A lot is happening on September 1st.
A lot? What are you doing September 1st?
No, just you. So you're getting the microphone.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking LSD, MDMA, a couple of shots as well.
What the fuck? Are you trying to?
I really
Are
want
you
to
trying
put,
to like?
I want to,
You just want to disassociate from life?
I want to push myself.
God damn.
I want to see what happens.
2026, 2026, 2026. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Molly? 2026? Are you excited for that year?
I'm a little scared for it.
Why?
Why? I like that. I like that the hype that I created fear. Wow,
What's there to be scared of?
What?
It's gonna be Gang 2. And that's actually 10 years after 2016. When I saw, your character was introduced. The Carter character was introduced into my show. Because that's when I found you doing like Yu-Gi-Oh and shit.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, that sounds right. 10-year anniversary.
Yep.
Fuck, that's only 3 years of what the fuck?
Yeah.
2016 was 9.
Oh, that's 10 years
Right.
after Harambe too. That's gonna be a big thing. That's 3 years. And it's a decade after Harambe.
Time flies. It's kind of. It doesn't feel like it was. All right. I'm not. I don't want to say it. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, it has been, but
Right.
it's the passage of time. I know gets more interesting when you get older. It feels like it goes by a lot quicker, just because your perception of time is less fresh, or it's not as brand new. You know, you've lived a little bit more, so the days don't seem as long. I've noticed that.
Because
It feels like the week just blows by.
when you're younger, a day means more to you than when you're older because you've been alive for a lot shorter time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The brain is really good at like fucking just getting rid of moments or like subconsciously doing things. So it's like the click remote, you know? If it's not too important, it'll just skip it.
Sure.
That's why we all need to cherish the time we have on Earth.
I'm trying. It'll
Are
be
you?
weird when I die. I'm partially trying.
Do you think it'll be weird when we die?
Yeah.
I think it'll
Oh
be a
yeah.
very familiar emotion or feeling.
When
The
you
fuck?
die, do you want to be buried with anything?
No.
No?
For sentimentalism, of course I'd want a gravestone. I want to be desecrated as a dead man. All right. I want someone to
Doesn't-
piss on my
doesn't-
gravestone.
Who do you want to piss on your gravestone? Is there like a specific individual you have in mind?
No, I just want people to fuck with my grave. I don't know. I want people to be like, hey, if that person was alive right now and they saw you doing that, what do you think they'd think? And then, like, obviously I'd be proud of them. But I think that tradition's just retarded. I mean, it's a European tradition that was carried over. I think we should just put bodies in the burn pits, and then we just
You want to
use
be
that.
turned there.
Yeah, and then I want the extra space to be used for apartment complexes or a super Walmart. You know.
Yeah, when I become mayor of Hutchinson, we'll just dig up all the fucking skeletons, burn them, and then we can, yeah, we can use them as soil. We can just turn it into like a crop field.
It's fucking. That's awful. Yeah, we could put a farmer's market there or some shit instead. Actually, because
It'd be
like
more
the
useful.
soil's gonna be super fertilized.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good actually.
Now, as soon as
Are
you
you?
start running in 2026, people are gonna dig up this podcast.
Yeah. Well, I'll defend this position. It'll be good.
Yeah, it's a use of space.
Molly, are you excited for when you die? Hello?
I don't.
It's a yes or no
I'm
question.
thinking. Um, I don't know. It's it's weird thinking about it. I've been thinking about it a lot this week after um my grandma's brother just died last week Friday and his funeral was Tuesday.
Damn.
Um
We are great uncle.
yeah, great uncle. Um
Well, I'm
it
sorry to hear that. If you knew him.
I did. Uh I spent a couple holidays and stuff with him growing up after his wife had died
Yeah.
and then yeah. But I mean, I don't I think it's just nothingness after death. So I'm not excited for death or anything.
That's fair.
It's weird to think
I'm
about
not.
because I feel like there's more to. I just feel like there's more. I think that's just the human experience.
You think
It's
there's.
it's weird because like being a conscious being, you just if anything was just slightly different and somebody else was born, you yourself would not have the conscious experience. It just at least that's what that theory is of atheism.
I suppose.
What do you mean you
Atheism,
suppose? I
there.
mean if that's everything lined up biologically correctly for you to be
Where I am right now.
for your consciousness to be for you to be conscious, you to just have experience. So it's just weird to think about not not having consciousness or not.
Just looking at
Yeah,
space and how fucking massive it is. That you were created, or that it all just came from nothing.
I don't know. I don't know if we're just like a meaningless creation made in like a lab from a higher creature, or if we're
What?
huh?
Shit, I'm sorry, my headset disconnected.
I can hear
What was
that
the answer to
your
that?
audio your audio got instantly shittier, but but yeah, I don't know if we're just like a meaningless creation made by a higher creature, or if like because I know for sure we're not like I don't know. I like to think that I'm agnostic to a degree.
Mhm.
So like I don't 100% disown the idea that there was some sort of creator, but I'm also not 100% on board with it. Talk to any Christian, they'll try to just sit there and convince you. Talk to
God is real. God is good.
Yeah.
God is real. God is good.
Here's my top 10 talking points on why God is real, and then I could sit there and I mean I've had that happen before. But no, like people of science that have talked to you about it, they're like, yeah, that's fair. I could see why. At least the most people that I've talked to. That's my anecdotal of it. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting further from the question the more I talk. So yeah, I mean I think it's possible.
That's fair. Molly, do you think they were created from God or it's just all happenstance? I'm gonna go grab a charger for my mic so I don't sound like dog shit anymore.
All right.
Um, I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Jason. It's I don't know. It's hard to believe either one of them. Almost, it's like it feels so strange that it like just perfectly everything aligned for this existence to
For
be
your own
here.
existence.
Yeah,
It's
just
like literally like billions to one. You just
yeah.
had to happen. You just happened to be alive.
But then it's also like I don't know, for there to be some creator of the universe, the world, it also just it feels fictional. Like it seems like you're reading some sort of fantasy book. Like it doesn't seem like it would actually happen.
Good point.
Like
I mean, our version of magic would be electricity. We somehow harnessed it.
yeah.
It's great.
But also it's like with how many different religions there are that have like different ways of thinking about like who God is or the creator.
Yeah, it'd be like, which God is the real God? You know, is it
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the
that was
Christian God?
when my sergeant was like lecturing me about that. He was like sitting like he was like completely wide-eyed, like that was his topic. You know, he read the Bible, Old and New Testament. He was he was going fucking in on trying to talk to me about. Like he heard that I was like kind of I could go both ways about it, and I could see both talking points, and he like went all in on trying to convince me. Like it was interesting.
Non-believers in my unit.
Yeah. I mean, I respect that because you know he's done a lot of research. I mean, he's done a lot of research and it's something that he's passionate in. You know, that's good. But yeah, it was he was. Damn it! What? How the fuck does that happen? All right, what were you saying before?
Are you talking to me or?
Yeah, what did you say?
Um, I didn't say anything. I'm sorry if there's any weird issues. I'm trying to connect my headset and it's being funny. Um, no, it just the creation of the universe. If it was an actual entity,
Oh yeah. I remember because it was like the
how
multiple different gods. How do you know if the right one is the one, or the one you
or
believe
which
in
one?
is the right one?
How do we even know if there is a God? Are we getting it right? Even obviously we have the concept down, but the
Right.
Christian God, is this even the right one, or is it just some? What if he's more human?
Because he brought it up. 'Cause he brought that up, like you know, if there is a heaven or hell, and like, you know, he put it in like an airborne perspective, like you know that feeling where like the door opens, we're about to jump. You know, that's the same feeling you'd get when you'd walk up to Hell's Gates. All right, but you'd have that feeling for like the rest of your eternity, or for
That'd be kind of
eternity.
interesting.
Yeah, just like a. I mean, I guess when the door opens for him, his perspective is that it just like creates dread, overwhelming dread, which I could understand. I felt that in airborne school, but I just get excited now.
You're gonna be
But
excited to go to hell.
yeah, I will be. No, but he said that if he'd rather, not take that chance, and he'd rather be right about it than wrong, and believe in that God. But what if that God's not the real God, and he made the wrong decision about believing that one? That's why I think
Yeah,
it's like the
it's
concept's stupid to begin with. Like if you make a universe that makes so much sense to be solved by numbers and science and shit, then why be so fucking why be like gatekeeping your paradise?
yeah.
Especially if you put in
Well,
like a lot of work inside your life and you've progressed you help progress your creation, you're still gatekeeping that shit, you're a shitty god.
no, you just have to be subservient. It,
Yeah. I just have to, you know, I, I'm an American, all right? I, st- I bow for no man. I kneel for no man, all right?
that's amazing. America was founded on the idea of like religious freedom, and now we use America as well. I'm American. I don't concede to any
Yeah.
religion. My
I mean,
religion is
that's
America.
that is fair because some people say that atheism or agnosticism, it's a belief, therefore it's a religion or some shit.
Uh,
I mean,
I mean, I believe that like
What
it's
is
you know,
the actual definition of
I'm
religion?
sure the actual definition will debunk that right quick, but I mean, it's a debate that I've heard before.
definition of religion, an idea that there is a creator.
Well, not
Uh,
necessarily.
well, I guess religion requires followers. I know that much.
A belief in, well, this is according to definitions from Oxford Languages.
I just got that too.
Yeah, the belief in and worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. Shitty meaning. All right, let's go to Merriam-Webster. This is even shittier. A person's set or institutionalized system of religion, attitudes, belief, and practices. Or two, which the service and worship of God or the supernatural. I believe it's just like it's a belief of a system,
Yeah,
pretty much.
practices. I found one that says religion is a set of organized beliefs, practices, and systems that most often relate to the belief and worship of controlling force, such as personal god or other supernatural being.
I think that one's probably one of the better ones. Where's that one from?
Um, well, I had Googled religion definition and then I scrolled down to people also ask, and it was the first one.
Okay, well, what website is that?
Um, I'll send you the link.
Just tell me.
Very well mined.
Very well mined.
I
Great.
had to actually like click into it
it's
to
not
figure it.
it's not an amazing reputable source, but I think that's the best way that or best articulated way that I've heard. Because
Yeah.
I don't think it pertains around a particular god set or a specific doesn't have to be like a specific god or anything. Because like there's paganism or other shit that they believe in other shit or
Well, would you guys find it surprising if I said that there's been like studies that show that people that believe in a religion and practice it and go to the church or whatever consistently, they tend to live longer than people that don't believe in a religion?
yeah, it's fair. I mean, they're probably happier with their life
Why are they happier?
because they can be comfortable with the end.
I
Or
think they
like,
have answers to how everything is gonna
yeah.
work
I
out
mean,
with
if you
their life.
you stress out about like, well, I'm going to work every day. and I'm wasting my life. There is literal, like, other planets out there. There's probably space wars going on, and I have to spend the rest of my life fucking sitting in this office chair.
Being in the wage cage.
Yeah, in the wage cage, the concrete jungle, doing jack off, fucking jack all. And then I go home to jerk off, eat some pizza, fucking, and then jerk off some more onto the pizza, and then eat that shit because you're a disgusting human being and you've never done anything interesting with your life. So, I mean, it's easier to think there's a big man watching me at all times.
I think the idea is more comforting to think that it won't end your consciousness, your existence.
Death
You'll
isn't
have
like
that.
a I don't know, a be all end all like bullshit experience that I don't know.
It's
more bittersweet rather than like,
I think
God damn it, that
part of
fucking
it-
sucks. Somebody just literally just died.
I think part of it is mostly because a lot of people can't like grasp the thought of like not being conscious.
I know. I'm just trying to think
But-
about it, and it's like hurting my head. It makes me feel really weird to think about, like, okay, when I'm dead, it's done.
It's
There's
kind of
just
just
nothing.
gonna be like
I mean,
an eternal sleep without dreams.
I can. It's not even that. It's just nothing. You're not sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no, because at least when you're.
I mean, but that's like the best way a person could describe.
I guess
how it
if
would
you're
be.
explaining it to like a little kid, but it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like explaining what blue is to a blind person or some shit. Or what, because if you're blind, you don't even see black. Obviously, you don't see anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's just everything's turned off.
It's so weird to think about. Thinking about it more just makes me want to do more dumb shit before I do die.
That's what freaks me out every day. And I think I just have like a quarter life crisis or some shit. Just thinking about it. That's why 2026 is so important to me.
You get to do a bunch of drugs. Have fun.
So I didn't do enough dumb shit, and I want to do it while I'm young.
Do you ever think any religion is just one day gonna die out? Like no one's gonna really practice or have any sorts of belief
No, I think
in
it's
it anymore.
I think
eventually.
it's an inherently human thing.
I
to
mean,
have
just
some
like
sort of
one
belief system.
specific one, not like all of them. Just people are gonna be like, oh, that seems kind of like unrealistic, or like
So you
I
don't
don't
think
know.
there's going to be like a specific place where people congregate anymore on a particular day?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised. I mean,
I don't think so.
I just
Again, I
think
think
of the big religions.
I think
but-
it's a human thing for us to have beliefs and then share those beliefs with others. If it's not going to be in person, it's going to be in VR. It's going to be there still. It's an
That's
inherently human thing to comfort ourselves of what the inevitable end is. Gorillas can't do that, but we can teach them the concept of death.
And then they get depressed. Yeah.
Which is weird because we can comprehend the idea of death, and that's probably what the next step is of a conscious being is, all right, well, this is going to make me depressed. How do I handle this? So you come up with ideas and ways and then circumstances that line up with those ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts my head to think about. I don't know.
I think about that shit too often. That's my problem. That's why I try to numb my thoughts when I can.
You're making me want to go buy a pack of cigarettes with all this talk about
Then but when you smoke, then you get paranoid. Like, this might make me die faster.
No, I don't.
No?
I just it feels more anxiety relieving than anything.
I mean,
I
in
don't
the
know.
moment, yeah. Even in the moment, I think about like this is gonna give me lung cancer.
I never bothered with that.
Even when I smoke cigars and I enjoy cigars, like it's like this is giving me gum disease right now and I don't know it.
It's so stupid
Like,
to live like that. Your
I know
entire fucking it.
it
Yeah,
is
there's so
stupid to
much.
live like that, but it's ingrained in my mind because my
Yeah, you're a good
former
boy.
self was a pussy ass bitch that's never done anything like interesting or pushed themselves to do anything. Because I was afraid of the world. But look at me now. All right, I'm smoking cigars and jumping out of planes. All right,
It's
I'm a
good.
changed man.
It's good. No, I think you just need to do. I think it's healthy to do unhealthy shit in moderation.
Yeah, I think that's
It's fun.
another inherently human thing. Is to do recreational, unhealthy shit. Or shit that increases the risk.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes you feel alive. You know, like our ancestors chasing a tiger or some shit. You know, the tiger's like running in bursts of energy, and we just keep chasing it at a consistent pace.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll tire out. And then, can you imagine that? Just being a cat, you're running, and like, all right, I got to take a break, and I got to pant. Holy fuck! And you still see them in the distance. Like, how the fuck are they just keep coming? This skinless fucking ape won't stop chasing those sticks.
Maybe that's what dying is like.
You finally give up. You just give in to the skinless ape with a stick.
Yeah. Yeah, and like from when you're on death's door, you're just a tiger, and it's just how long you can run for. I mean, isn't that what life is? Just how long can you run for before natural causes take you out or your own mistake? I'm just saying the most obvious shit, but making it sound as if it's like really philosophical.
I mean, it's eventually it's something. It's until you succumb to your own mistakes or other people's mistakes. I mean, other people's mistakes, that's what pisses me off the most. Is if somebody's retarded and they killed you. Like, like you've seen, like, I saw this video of this manager who stuck like an air tube up someone's ass. And then like the guy thought it was funny. It was, haha. But like he really like overinflated his intestines or some shit. And the guy just like keeled over and just died right after. It was like an air hose. It was like it was like some pressurized air or some shit. It just lights out. Maybe that's the way you die. Like that's what your life is cemented as. It's just a live leak video of someone shoving an air tube up your ass.
It'd be. I know everyone's had like those dreams, or like if you're in a plane or in a vehicle, and you just have those couple of seconds before impact where you're stuck there, and you just have a few seconds left to think to yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think about that a lot, especially like if you've seen ever seen like a lethal plane crash video, especially from the inside. Like how all the movies get it wrong, where like everyone's screaming and shit. It's just quiet, and they're just like your life is in the pilot's hands now. Like
you're just internally thinking, "Oh my fucking god, really?
This better
is that what's going on?"
Yeah, this can't happen. I'm the main character. It's
I'm the main character.
this guy's filming it, and like I got to the second part of the video, which it cut out before. But this guy's, at least one of the videos, this guy's filming it, and like, eventually you just hear the impact.
Yeah,
but
I've seen those videos. It was
But yeah, everyone's just quiet and shit.
There was a video I think from the 70s. It was just two guys flying in like the Colorado Rockies area.
Yeah.
And the views are just stunning, but the pilot doesn't know, like, his plane isn't powerful enough to ascend with the mountain. So by the time he like tries to scale it, he realizes, oh shit, I can't do this. So he tries to make a U-turn, but he loses altitude because of it, and he kind of stalls out, and you can just hear him telling the other guy, "Hold on," as they're like barreling towards a tree. It's surreal. Or the like photos that people have taken when cabins have lost pressurization and the plane is just going down. There was a Japanese flight. Like there were 4 survivors. I don't know. That shit's horrifying to like actually be in and experience. But it's like a good way to pass a Sunday afternoon when you're just bored. But to listen to it, I should say.
Yeah, I need to stop like looking at that shit because that's just. I was hoping that like if I viewed enough of that stuff that it would like desensitize my brain and like I'll just all right, this stuff is normal.
I think it'll just make you think that it's gonna happen to you more often.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I don't know. I can watch a bunch of car crash videos and like have no fear, but I watched one of those like plane videos and no, I'll be fine. I don't need to fly anymore.
Yeah. I'll have less. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but I'll have less adrenaline flying, obviously, than jumping out of a plane. But I'll have more fear. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? While I'm while I'm flying, like, because at least I know that I'm jumping out of the fucking thing. You know, once I'm out of the plane, it's whatever happens to the plane after that. It's really not my problem. But I don't know. It's stupid. And what I'm doing is adding to the inciting fear to the airline industry, which I don't want to do. It's one of the only like monopoly businesses that I actually like care about. Except they're pieces of shit too because they underpay their pilots and their what do they call them now? Stewardesses or some shit. Flight attendants.
Flight attendants. They don't pay them.
Yeah, they don't call them stewardesses anymore. Some shit. But anyway, because they're not getting enough pilots or paid enough. So I'd rather them have a better view. Not that anyone's gonna stop using them, but just don't be fucking scared when you're on a plane. There's extensively more retards on the freeway or just on any road system in anywhere in the world.
I liken it to the if like the check engine light is on for your vehicle, like 9 out of 10 times you'll say fuck it, I'll drive to work anyway.
Right.
There is no doing that with a plane. No.
Yeah, and then people are like, "Oh, there's duct tape." It's not duct tape. They're not taping anything together. It's just like imperfections in the paint or some shit they have to tape over.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's and they have like trained pilots that like the FAA they passed laws like years ago about like they have to like surpass this amount of flight hours and they have to pass all these knowledge tests and shit. Yeah. So these aren't retards flying these things. I mean, some of them could be, because you don't necessarily need a degree.
Doesn't it take a fuck ton of money though, pilot's licenses to do all that shit, and then to be hired by a big company as well?
Yeah, being hired by a big company would be something hard to get to. So I mean, yeah.
I'd be curious to look at like the amount of plane crashes and how many of those were user error or mechanical error.
A lot of them is user error for sure.
I suppose there's probably a lot more user just because.
Especially with the 737 Max? That was a lot of user error, but because they were given like an iPad training on that system, and that's it.
That'd be crazy. The fucking flight simulator thing at the county fair here. Like,
Yeah.
imagine playing that once and then you have to actually fly it for real.
No, I mean these are trained pilots, but all they were given was like this little course on iPads. And being in the Army, I know that you know, those videos that people watch for training purposes, they literally just turn on and they just walk away, and they just look up the answers later. It's like that's some shit normal humans would do.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that course looked like, or maybe it was not an iPad, but I'm certain because I did research on the 737 Max when I was looking into it. And that's what, yeah, they gave them very little training, and then it had this like software problem where it would descend for no reason automatically. I don't know. It was dumb. So I mean that one was like user and software at the same time.
Molly, do you think it'd be fun to fly a plane? Hey, get the fuck down.
I don't think I would enjoy flying a plane.
We'll find out in 2026.
You're gonna make me fly a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll have my pilot's license by then. So, I mean, I'm gonna get my motorcycle license pretty soon. So, for free, not for hundreds of dollars that fucking Blacklung had to do.
How does it feel that you get to do all that for free?
It feels great because that's
Because
exactly
you're a part of a
'cause
government position.
it's part of the plan. All right, that's what I wanted to do originally. Just do a bunch of shit, get it for free through the government, use them more than they use me, and then get the hell out. That's my plan.
That's a fair plan. It's working out so far. So
I mean, I'm in college, so I hope so.
Don't you dare. Back off. I'm sorry. Cats love to be a nuisance in this studio room.
Studio room, isn't it just your living room?
My bedroom. They
Nice.
love to try and on top of the PC, and it's great. I don't know why. It's so entertaining to them.
Because
Because why? Are you a fucking cat?
yeah, I'm a cat advocate.
you're a cat.
I'm a cat
Send you
lawyer.
cat. Send you cat food.
When am I gonna get that package? My dad sent me cigars, and I got them. All right, and I haven't received yours.
I haven't found the time to go to the post office.
It's not that hard. All right. What should we tag this? Philosophers?
Philosophers
Karl
discussion.
Marx, obviously. Dead air.
Yeah, you know,
I'm gonna have to cut
It's
that
great.
part out. Holy fuck.
it's good. It's good, man. No, I think it's
It gave that's the podcaster's time to reflect. That's what that was.
yeah. That was our smoke break right there.
What else should we I did philosophers, Karl Marx discussion, capitalism, communism,
I mean, I guess we could
technology.
I mean, what's so crazy about technology these days, you know?
I'm gonna do an
Mhm.
Undertale as a tag.
All right.
Right. I think that's enough. That's enough tags. All right. I'm going to chug the rest of this brew here, the rest of the philosopher, and then we're going to take a advertisement break, in which I will grab a wine, and then I will get fucked up while we talk about philosophers. Does that
Hell
sound
yeah.
good to everyone?
That sounds good.
No,
Why? Why doesn't it sound good to you?
I just want it to be different.
You're like that one person at the fucking wedding. You should have been. You should have said no at the wedding. Did they do that anyway? Like the whole if anyone doesn't believe they should be together, speak now.
Oh, I don't. They didn't do it at my sister's.
I should have smoked if they
Boring.
did.
That's boring. You definitely should have. They should have had that. When you guys
If like
do
one person says something, it's just like the
Yeah.
wedding's over. Everyone just leaves.
when you guys do yours, they make sure they have it in there, so I can say.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that, and then we can just like shoot you, and then
Actually, yeah. And then I could have like a fake blood thing come out, and then you could have like a blank in your gun. That'd be great. That'd be the last prank. I rewatched that Danger Zone video a couple days ago. It's not as cringe as I remember it because I for some reason I remembered it as we right after I fell down, you walked off, and then I just awkwardly got up and left, and everyone was just silent and they were just confused, but everyone clapped. I
Really?
yeah, they did. I thought everyone. I seriously remembered everyone was just like quiet and they're just what the fuck just happened.
We're comedians. You gotta do a 2026 redo of that video.
If we, you know what, we can say that. Go back for NCA's last day, 2026. We were alumni here. Well, actually, yeah, you and Molly were. I went elsewhere.
You graduated from a different school.
Not by choice, but I did. Yes. All right.
You have chosen to stay at the school we went to graduate.
I would have looked at other options. I think I definitely would have remember that flight simulator thing at the fair you're
Mhm.
talking about? It was hosted by this organization. I was going to join that organization because it was they're, made by the Air Force. And then I was just going to do that and then go to NCA and I would have been fine, but you know,
You had to leave.
stuff happened. My mom found a toothless, mentally disabled man that she wanted to be with for 2 years. And then right when I graduated, she decided, "No, I don't want to be with this guy anymore." And then she moved back. So and then she told everyone in our family that we moved because I wanted to go to a different high school. She just lied to everyone, which is great. It's great.
Just blamed you for everything.
Yeah, I mean, she used me as a talking point for her own mission.
Don't you love when parents do that? They don't let their kid be their own person. You're just always my child, my plaything.
Yep. Yeah. I especially love that when I was beat for making the noodles wrong.
What the fuck?
All right. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to come back with philosophers. 3 different philosophers we had points on that we were supposed to do research on. I frantically did it earlier because I thought everyone was squared away, but turns out everyone is just
You were the first
everyone
one done.
procrastinates just as much as I do, so it doesn't really matter. So, well, we'll come back.
Are you thirsty, dehydrated, absolutely parched in this brutal summer heat? Then do I have the solution for you? Drink more fucking water. More than 90% of people are dehydrated on a daily basis, substituting actual hydration with cheap replacements like Prime, Monster, or even soda. Why the fuck do people do this? No one has any idea. But here at OPP Water Incorporated, we have a fully homegrown solution to this overgrown issue. We bottle water straight from our apartment's faucets, and then we just ship it to you. That helps preserve the nutritious minerals and metals found in our water pipes. Think of all the money that we save and the savings that we pass on to you, the consumer. Remember, kids, the only way to actually get on this podcast is to stay fucking hydrated. According to a report done by Harvard, 36% of all Americans feel lonely, with the majority of that number being teenagers or young adults. How do we fix this, you ask? Well, look no further than Carter's cute mail-order brides. Due to a large number of complaints implying that we don't care about the other half of the population, we now offer mail-order brides. Get it? Currently, we only have male selections from Eastern European countries, but I'm sure government will allow us access here soon enough, because the world is really looking at our company. We even have requests from FBI and CIA agents. Isn't that great? Our mission statement is to help everyone across the globe feel less lonely by providing someone that can be sweet and special just for you. Disclaimer, do not ask where we acquired our brides. We will not disclose this information. Do not ask the brides about their former life. They've been trained not to talk about it. Do not abuse the brides. Many of them seem to know martial arts for some reason. If you are a high-profile member of society, we will not accept any order you place.
And now we return to our host. All right, 2.5 minutes has transpired. It was kind of nice. Just grabbed
Really?
just enough time for me to grab my wine, and heard that song. You know, it's a song that I added. It's going to another project that we're working on. That's actually the reason why I'm going to a school currently. So it's nice to hear that again. You know, it's something I made in college.
A good song? I'm very lost. I'm sorry.
No, there's a song that was if you rewatch this podcast and hear, you know, what just transpired, you'll know what I'm talking about. I bet you didn't even hear that. Yeah, it's just all it is just the fad too. If you press it on the advertisements.
Oh.
Yeah, but here we are. We have the 3 philosophers. Let's all just name ours. I was, for some reason, bestowed Karl Marx. The most American person here was bestowed Karl Marx.
Yes.
Um,
I was given the person who I was named after, Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius, a firm believer of Stoicism, a preacher of it, if you will.
yes. And that is why?
still don't remember how to pronounce my dude's name.
Let's see. It's
You can
in
try it. You can try it.
it's in opinions. Yeah, try
I
it.
can see how it's spelled, but every time I look at it, I'm just like, I don't know how I would say this.
Yeah, we'll copy and paste. We'll go to Google. We'll put it in. How to Bureau Nunce, and then we'll copy it, and then we'll paste, and that's how you pronounce it.
Nietzsche?
Sure.
That is exactly how you typed it in there to say it.
I didn't type it. I copy and pasted, but that's okay.
Yeah, I tried to open this wine and tried pulling the cork out, and the cork just ripped in half.
Nice.
It fate is telling me something, all right? But I'm not going to listen.
So yeah, you know what? I'll try and go first. I'll set the bar really low to make you guys feel better about your information. So, Marcus Aurelius, he was a Roman emperor. His whole life kind of interesting if you want to get really into it. But as the man himself, his life story, I don't care. I more so care about his beliefs and way of life. He didn't come up with this. This was a lot of other people, but him and one other guy are the most popular believers of Stoicism. I think a lot of people get the misconception that Stoicism is about like having no emotions or just like being so in control of your emotions that you don't feel anything. To look at it more favorably, the philosophy is more about just controlling. Well, okay, regulating your emotions, not being reactive to everything, just taking a deep breath, pausing, think on it. I can read you guys some core tenets of the belief system and what I think they mean to like practice them daily. If you want a smooth flow of life, live according to nature. Pretty much, it just don't complicate your life with not human things. I mean, we can't avoid it. We all work wage cages, but we're not meant to, sit in the fucking office for 9 hours of our day, responding to emails and making sure that Susie over in fucking accounting is happy with you
Yeah,
because you
yeah, we
typed
are.
the right number.
Yeah, we are.
No,
Yeah,
fuck off.
don't let him think. Don't let him change your perspective on life. You're supposed to be doing that.
All right, sure. Wage cage bot.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty standard. Not really hunter gatherer primal type shit, but there is something to be said about going outside every now and then, enjoying physical exertion, enjoying new experiences, kind of touching upon what we said earlier, doing foolish things with the intention of, you only live once.
Yeah, like
So,
hunting tigers.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier. Yeah.
It's high adrenaline. You fucking kill that tiger. If you're the one that kills that tiger, oh my fucking god,
Yeah.
you're getting all the ladies tonight.
Physical
All the guys are
exertion.
fucking celebrating you.
Yeah.
All right, that's a boring value. The other big part about stoicism is not letting external shit that you can't control really fuck your day up. You don't control external events. You can only control your thoughts, opinions, decisions, and duties. So a big part of stoicism as well is taking personal responsibility with yourself and how you respond to the shitty things that happen during your day. I mean, it's so easy to say just like be calm about a bad situation, but really practicing it, thinking about the things that you can control.
Well, I mean, when you're in the bad situation, you're supposed to think, how much does this really affect me? Like, am I going to die? Like, shitty things happen all the time. You're supposed to be able to Just recognize that. I mean, yeah, there's always going to be a shitty situation. Just overcome it.
You make do with
Yeah.
you know, you've all been given the inner resources you all need to thrive. Each person has that capability to push past whatever it is that the issue is, the mental strength, to endure and not crumble.
I could buy that.
Some other smaller keynotes for stoicism to eliminate toxic emotions. You know, like fear, anger, and hope. Apparently, that's a toxic emotion.
Hope?
Oh wait, I want to read more on this. The Stoics reminded us that fear was just the flip side of hope. Hope and fear are nothing more than letting our thoughts and beliefs project into the future concerning positive or negative outcomes we do not control. So it's bad to hope for good things because you don't control it. So
That's stupid. I mean, I'm an avid believer of stoicism, but I also like believe hope for the best, plan for the worst. Because if you don't hope for the best, you're just thinking that bad shit's coming. Then, if you don't hope for anything, you need a positive outlook on the future. Otherwise, you're not going to survive. I mean, if you're in that like really shitty of a situation, but
our personal development is bound up in cooperation with others. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we're social creatures, you know. We define ourselves through the lens in which we express to other people. That's how we're known to the world. The version of ourselves in our head is completely fucking different compared to who we are to all the people we know. I mean, yeah. Are you guys more, when you guys interact with other people, are you pretty much the same person that you are in your head? Or do you feel like a pretty different person?
I'm a different person. Definitely from inside my head.
Molly, how are you a different person? All right, I'll let you think about it. Jason, how are you a different person?
Well, I mean, are we going off of what we believe we are compared to how we project ourselves?
So, what's the difference between like how you internally view yourself versus how you think you're viewed by other people?
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm a quiet individual that I mean, I don't really
Yourself
share a
or
lot
others?
of I mean, both. I mean, that one I know I'm for sure like I'm internally and externally I'm quiet. At least to like a group of individuals that I don't know. I don't want to be that fucking annoying ass fucking guy who speaks his mind when nobody really cares to hear it kind of thing.
Mr. Overshare? Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, parts that aren't I think that like I'm socially awkward to a degree, and I'm sure people like recognize that. But like internally, it's like normal. Like this is why I reacted like this. This is why I said the thing I did or the way I said it. And then when I think about it, it's like that was, that could have been socially awkward. They probably think I'm a retard now. But, or they probably think that I have like a level of like social issues.
Yeah. But
Which
you're just
maybe I do. I mean, but I don't think I do. So
it just feels hard to like what's the point to fully voice what you're thinking internally?
yeah.
I always wonder if there's other people that just like don't have the part of their brain that says, maybe just shut the fuck up, just don't speak.
There's people who don't have the ability to think or like have a internal monologue. So
yeah,
which is still crazy to me to think about, or not having a vivid imagination like I do. Like I could imagine grabbing a manager of mine or some shit by like the collar, just throwing him down the stairs or some shit. Just for
It's
fun.
like imagine the bounce.
Imagine the bounce, yeah, and every single little like follicle of hair that falls off as I grab it and I punch him at the bottom of the stairwell.
That's pretty good.
I tell him
Somalia.
and then I tell him good night, and then I just walk to my car and then I drive off. So I mean,
yeah.
I think that's a very good like stress relief thing. That if you don't have a vivid imagination, I feel for you. Like that sucks.
So Molly, how are you different internally versus how you think you're viewed by other people? What are some of the key differences?
I don't. Well, kind of how Jason is, where he doesn't like speak to people really or anything. I pretty much don't say anything to anyone unless I have to. I don't know. I feel like my head, I think the best way to put it is that my head is pretty much always going. Like it's always thinking of things. It's always like seeing things, visualizing. Where I'm just a very like closed off, quiet externally. I don't.
But internally, you're a lot more vocal, at least in your head, with your thoughts
Yeah.
about things. Why do you guys think there's a disconnect for people like yourselves where, your mind is always on, it's thinking, but unlike the other people that you're talking to or that are talking to you, you just don't share as much? Is it like comfortability with the individual, or is it just something within yourself where the act of sharing your own thoughts just feels pointless or like a burden almost?
Well, there's definitely, depending on who I'm with, will I'll have more of like, I'll have less of a filter depending on who I'm with. Like with you, Carter, I'm most like the version of me in my head, I'd say. Because, well, of my comfortability with you versus, say, someone I work with, they get a little bit of that version in my head, but not really. I don't know. And
So essentially, you're saying the more you're comfortable with them, the more of yourself you're able to project with them.
yeah.
So, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I hate giving the same answer as like both of you guys, but obviously, I feel like in my head I'm a lot more vocal, or I have a lot more opinions, disagreements, funny things, not funny things, stupid things to fucking say.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm getting a lot better with just being more comfortable, just saying shit on my mind to pretty much everyone, my
Well,
coworkers, when
don't
they're
get too
saying something
comfortable.
stupid. Well, yeah,
Because they're going to
there's an
end up
issue
like
with being
that
too
old guy
comfortable.
who's talking to you. But,
Well, I don't get like comfortable sharing way personal details. I'm more talking like I have a big issue with like disagreeing with people or confronting people or like asking them why. Why does it have to be this way?
yeah.
Trying to get more comfortable. It's just okay. You have this idea. I think it's bad. Explain to me why you're right or why I'm wrong. Just getting more. I don't know. Being social is like the only way to interact with other people, and you kind of need to interact with other people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, with like random people, I
I stopped feeling super awkward ever since I worked at McDonald's. Just having to speak to random strangers. It just got over the fear pretty quick.
Yeah, which is why people should be typing in this chat here. I swear to God, we need it. I don't know. I don't know what we do. We need to do.
One of you guys
But-
needs to talk about your fucking philosopher.
But yes, I think in general we think a lot more than what we speak, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, at least with those with internal monologues. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good to keep some stuff to yourself, and obviously just keep it as that. I was thinking more of like how other people perceive you rather than how you, because I know that I don't speak much, so it didn't really line up exactly with what Molly said. But I mean, yeah, I know that I don't speak much and that other people perceive me as I don't speak much. And then it was the social awkwardness, just like the way I word things sometimes, or the pauses. Because sometimes I'll pause and then I'll just be a couple seconds because I just want to articulate what I'm trying to say in like the best way possible. Kind of like I quickly look up in my own personal thesaurus in my mind. What's the best way to say this? Because then I don't say it and sound stupid. But yeah. But yeah, that's that's my end take on it. But I can talk about mine unless Molly's ready for hers.
I can go, I guess.
All right. Yeah,
Go for it.
We'll save the best for last.
The one that probably did the best job at researching theirs.
I wouldn't say that, but sure.
So I researched Nietzsche. I don't think that's how you properly say it, but so he was a philosopher on already not speaking.
Existentialism?
Yes. Which is pretty much belief that we are responsible for finding out what our own meaning and or purpose, well, creating our own reasons, not basing it off of other things, other people, other religions or anything. His 4 things he mainly recommended was to own up to envy, never drink alcohol, apparently was one of them, to not be Christian, and that God is dead. Those were 4 things he'd speak about
What does that mean?
into starting.
God is dead?
I didn't really look much up into that part of it.
Why'd you put it as a point then? What does that mean? I want to know.
That was one of the things that he would speak about a lot to like guide you into creating your own purpose and finding your own meaning.
What does that
instead
mean,
of, like,
though?
going based off of
Jesus Christ. Stop being fucking toxic.
Me?
Yeah. What does that mean, though?
What
does that mean?
Maybe.
Make your own fucking meaning. That's what Nietzsche's saying. All right, Molly. God doesn't need to tell you. Figure
What
it
does
out.
What does that mean? God is dead. Did he actually
that
die?
the belief in the Christian God has become unworthy of belief. There would be no need for a creator or God in the first place. These are quotes that I'm finding.
Okay. What does that mean, though?
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna keep on asking you during this.
No.
What does that mean, though? What does that mean?
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I was I was genuinely curious.
It's pretty much, I think, just him saying to like use the mindset of that as a way to start finding your own instead of going off of what
That
the
like
Bible and
God
that
actually died, or like
in the sense of like
he's no
I don't
longer present. Come up with your own meaning.
no longer. I'm assuming because I'm not finding anything that it's like God is physically dead.
All right, well, that's fair. What does that mean, though?
I think what he says when God is dead is that the idea of religion is false and that it's a crutch.
Yeah.
What would that mean, though?
I guess the whole thing. I guess it's up to your own interpretation of the idea.
Yeah. What do you think it means? What do you think it means when he says God is dead?
That like he is no longer present. Come up with your own meaning of life.
Damn, that's crazy. How the fuck did you come up with that?
Yeah. I have no idea. All right.
Was there anything else interesting about Nietzsche that you found? Nietzsche?
I had something open on my phone that I was gonna say. It's no longer open on my phone. He would question the basis of good and evil a lot in his work.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Sorry, I had to put in something. Yeah.
Should have chosen Oppenheimer.
Right. Is he a philosopher to you?
I mean, at this point, yeah.
We need Elias to get on here. We need to put him as a guest. I'm curious.
I don't think we need to, but we can. You know it.
We need him. All right.
All right, if you say so.
I'm trying to get random people like to get on our podcast, and it's not working. Like there's some
Probably because it's like getting an invite to a random fucking party from a bunch of middle-aged people that look fucking creepy. That's what I feel like it's like.
Everyone does think we're middle-aged now, so after that one episode.
No, I'm 17.
What did I say? I was like 37?
Yeah.
I thought you said 40 something.
No way. The guy thought I was 48 or some shit. See, I'm running into my 50s and I'm hanging out with a 17-year-old.
Yeah, completely normal human behavior. You know, that's just...
that's an excuse someone tried using on To Catch a Predator one time. It's like, I hang out with all sorts of ages.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we have a 16-year-old hang out with us 30-year-olds, you know?
It's just, you know, that's normal in fucking...
It's
nowhere.
normal if you have a family, I guess, and those are your offsprings.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you have anything else to provide to that specific philosopher in question?
Me? No.
Molly?
I do not.
Okay. Well, what are your thoughts on them? Do you like them? Would you ever like subscribe to their beliefs?
I was waiting for her. Personally, there's. Alright, Molly, you go first.
I go first.
Yes, you go first. This is your philosopher.
Um, I think I don't. I don't know if I would do anything to like be this is my belief or anything. This is I don't know. I'm not gonna go and read all his books or anything, but I
Piece
do
of
think
shit. Sorry, continue. Continue.
I do think um
Christ, I thought I was the drunk one. Damn.
You are.
it's your actions that are causing this. I do like the whole you are the creator of your purpose. I like that. I think it's a good thing to go off of.
I like that too. I mean, it creates a positive distinguishment of existentialism, which is mostly negative if you've heard a lot of existentialism. Because a lot of like, universe was created, it's so vast. What you're doing on Earth is pointless. You know, there's really no point to really do anything. But you create your own purpose. Yeah, you create your own purpose. It's hard because it's a belief. It's not really a belief, but it's just something that's in the back of my head. It's just, why am I mowing the grass? It's so fucking. It's such an insignificant piece of the planet. That's part of like that. The planet itself is an insignificant piece of the galaxy, which is an insignificant piece of the universe. You know, it's a very insignificant.
So like the whole point is to fucking kill ourselves? Is that what we should all do?
Yeah, I mean that was my thinking back a couple of years ago. All right, it's a hard thing to get out of because it's such because it makes sense because the universe is so vast. You're so fucking tiny and small. Like what the fuck is this gonna do? You know.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything, but it'd be fucking boring to live if we all just, sat in a room all day and just ate fucking IV drip up until we died of old age.
I'm talking about like pointless things like mowing the grass or doing like corporate work.
Well,
I mean, if you're expanding human knowledge, at least that's something. But at the end of the day, humans are gonna just be non-existent eventually. Same with the universe itself, depending on what kind of ending you want to choose.
And I guess shit, I have a useless job. I haven't done anything productive for humanity. I've done productive things for myself and a couple of people, but
I can say the exact same thing. Like there's not a thing I would change about what you said. That's exactly what I'm doing.
We're all very useful. We're good at we're good at living life.
At least people will like thank me for what I'm doing for some reason.
I won't. I'll be that one person just start saying "fuck you" to all the veterans I find.
Good. I implore you to do that, unless they actually like participated in some sort of theater of war.
No, those are the ones I call a war criminal.
Which, I mean, maybe. Not. I mean, that unless they participated in some theater of war, yeah, why not? I don't know. You know, those are the people who got the real experience. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah, they actually did something, unlike everyone else.
unlike me, who just fucking PMCSs on Monday, and then like the rest of the week is mowing the grass, or like clipping the weeds,
Yeah,
or like I don't know.
I can't believe I'm paying you.
Yeah, yeah. Shit, you guys are paying me to do is making a government installation look beautiful. But it doesn't look beautiful. But
Why
anyway,
the fuck
yeah,
not?
that's because it's always gonna look like shit. Because there's no when you dig, it's not dirt, it's sand. All right, and I hate sand. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere.
All right, I think we should talk about
We should probably talk about the communist fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
All
There's all the rage.
right. So I have two articles or two websites pulled up here. One is from Investopedia.com, which is where I got most of my confirmation bias from, and then I have a Stanford encyclopedia of Karl Marx pulled up. Some points here that I pulled up. All right, so in general, Marx claimed there are two major flaws in inherent in capitalism that led to exploitation of workers. So he believes that there's a lot of exploitation to workers. Eventually,
Not true. Not true.
Yeah, that's not true at all. to capitalism, and eventually capitalism will eat itself up, and it'll just destroy itself. Free market competition and extraction of surplus labor. Ultimately, Marx predicted that capitalism would eventually destroy itself, like I said, as the more people became regulated to working class status. So more and more people are just like the middle class is becoming less of a thing, and everyone's just becoming lower class.
Middle class? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Inequality rose, and competition would lead the rate of corporation profits to zero. Competition would lead the rate of corporation profits to zero. That one I don't believe it. I mean, competition is good, right? I mean,
It can be. I mean, within reason, I'd say.
yeah. I mean, eventually someone's gonna come out on top. I think that's what it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
This would lead. See, I have a winner mindset. He has a loser mindset. I'm alpha. He's beta. You know.
All right.
This would lead. He surmised to a revolution where production would be turned over to the working class as a whole. Doubt it. Everyone's too lazy. So he is from the 1800s, around like the 1870s, 1880s. You know, this is all the stuff that he kind of predicted. It's interesting because he's one of the later philosophers that came up with this idea, but he's still like predicting the future of an economy that he didn't. I mean, he understood it better than his peers, but he didn't, fully know what was going to happen. But he was correct about a lot of it, surprisingly. Even with my confirmation bias source, that's like fucking like based off of investing, a large part of capitalism. Marx, so like what I just said, Marx understood the labor theory better than his predecessors, even Adam Smith, according to Investopedia. And contemporaries and present. There's a lot of ands here. It's a shitty article. A devastating intellectual challenge to laissez-faire economists in Das Kapital. That's a book that he created. And then his theory was if goods and services tend to be sold at their true objective labor values as measured in labor hours, how do capitalists enjoy profits? It must mean, Marx concluded, that capitalists were underpaying or overworking, thereby exploiting laborers to drive down. So no matter what, he was saying that they're exploiting their workers, but economists eventually debunked that, saying that, or they adopted the subjective theory of value, which was his simple assertion was enough to show the weakness of the labor's theory's logic and assumptions. Marx unintentionally helped fuel a revolution of economic thinking. So it was the idea was, certainly people are getting screwed over because the product that you're selling is sold based off of the work hours that was put into making it.
Mm-hmm.
But subjective theory of value says if you have a wool coat, or if there's a wool coat to be sold and you have like a diamond necklace or some shit, right next to it, and you're in the middle, you're at like a mountaintop and it's fucking -20, right? You're gonna want the wool coat, or the wool coat is gonna be worth more to you than the diamonds. So the market is based off
really
of.
Smart. He's so smart. Oh my god.
So is based off of what the buyers want and or need, rather than what the work that's put into it. Because nobody gives a shit how much work was put into it. They just care how much they need it. So that's how much they're going to buy it for.
How useful is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing he got wrong. Was that it's not the cost of production, it's what people value the product as. So here's another point. Though he was the capitalist system's harshest critic, Marx understood that it was far more productive than previous or alternative economic systems. In Das Kapital, the book he wrote, he wrote of capitalist production that combined together various processes into a social whole, which included developing new technologies. So, because of our economic system, we create new technologies quicker, or whatever the fuck, So it's interesting that he, created a lot of positive talking points inadvertently for capitalist societies. But at the same time, that was also my confirmation bias source. I just kind of like looked at it. And then, yeah. I feel like that whole talking point was to trigger a lot of the Karl Marx, fans. A lot of what he said was true. He was talking about, exploitation of workers, no matter what. In a capitalist society, you're going to exploit someone. No matter... There's shitty parts. There's just a lot of inhuman parts of capitalistic societies, and though I don't agree with his communist beliefs, he is right about the injustice of what capitalism represents.
Is there anything else that you agree with him on?
Not really. From what I've researched, not really. Some stuff he got right, some stuff he got wrong. So he was a philosopher, but also he was also predicting the future, which is, philosophy is one thing, but predicting the future is a whole nother, or predicting what could happen to an economic belief is a whole other fucking horse to ride on,
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't believe, or I don't agree with him on a lot other stuff, but it's not entirely his fault why I don't believe it.
Why is that?
Because he's predicting the future, and he was wrong on a lot of stuff because he was predicting the future of it, and he was incorrect. So I can't
Why?
he was he was incorrect because I mean, the whole capitalistic thing of eating itself up hasn't happened yet, but I believe it will happen eventually. So maybe that's a thing. There's probably just going to be one or overarching fucking monopoly that's going to, it's probably going to be Amazon.com that owns everything, like by and large from Wall-E. It's going to be one thing.
That is fair. That is fair. He sounds like a pretty interesting man. Probably would have loved to have had him on the podcast at one point.
I would have loved to. Yeah.
So in a fight between all three of our guys, who wins?
That's it. That's what
physical
this
fight?
results to. All right. What are your guys' beliefs on Karl Marx? Do you agree with him or?
His fucking ass.
All right, he's a pretty big dude.
All right, on Karl Marx, I haven't read any of his stuff. Part of me wants to say that he's just a fucking communist.
I mean, I wanted to say that at first too, but you fucking gave me the topic.
Yeah. He didn't want to just work, and he just wanted shit handed to him. I'm sure the man has some actually good ideas, though. Obviously, decently spot on about the fact that capitalism is very exploitative, and it is a good system, but with good checks and balances, and with balances of other economic modalities as well. You can't just run with one thing and call it good, because then you get 2023 America, where it feels like the cost of living is, really fucking high. It's the highest it's ever been for pretty much the majority of people living, unless you're a fucking boomer. And you got in on that shit early. It feels like the idea of owning so many things is just unattainable. I mean, owning a house, a nice one, that feels like an unrealistic pipe dream. Going on vacation, actually, pipe dream. Owning a modern, fun car, pipe dream.
Yeah.
So I think the man was right on some things.
Yeah.
Workers are exploited. Why the fuck is the CEO paid? Why is the CEO of Mediacom worth $2 billion when I'm getting paid like $17 an hour? I get $36,000. I'm an accounting error to that guy. That's what I am.
It's the American dream. All right, someday he'll be in the CEO's shoes.
Oh yeah, totally. I'll be.
And someday the millions of workers that work for Mediacom will also be in the CEO's shoes. Somehow.
The millions of workers.
Yeah.
No, there's inequality will happen no matter what. But just because you're on the very bottom of that inequality doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a life. I think we can move beyond that. We definitely can. We just don't want to.
All right.
Well,
there's only 4,500 employees in Mediacom, so my apologies.
It's just a little bit off.
Yeah.
Nietzsche. Again, I'd like to read more of his stuff, but I kind of like that idea. God is dead. Find your own fucking purpose. Live life to how you want it to be lived.
I like that too. That comforts me oddly. Comforts me more than the idea of a God that forces you to adopt a certain level of beliefs to be able to be accepted by him.
And then Mr. Aurelius. I think it's good to have some emotional regulation and just not be completely. I'd say his work is more valuable to people that are feeling more depressed or having a hard time with motivation or just negative thinking constantly. I feel decently happy in my life, so he seems like a fucking loony or just someone that I just don't need to really care about. But
yeah,
I can see it. Like, me from 3 years ago. If I actually tried to listen to the words and somehow incorporate that into my daily life, think upon things, reflect. Don't let what I can't control bother me. Just make the best of whatever situation I have. I don't know. Obviously, it's one thing to say all this shit, and it's another to really put in the work and make it happen. But
And actually internally believe it rather than just believe it on the surface. But yeah, I mean, I like your both of your philosophers for their own reasons. And then I just got an economic philosopher, I guess. Which I mean, I don't know. I mean, I believe some of what he said. It's easy to just write it off and call him a communist fuck, but I mean, some of it is true. I mean, actually, a lot of it is true. But obviously, there's some he got wrong because predicting the future is difficult. But
yeah, from the fucking 1800s to comparing to how it is today. Oh my god!
Because he was
I don't think
talking
there'd be
about
a
like
single person.
the labor that it would take to create a table versus create a chair, because it took actual skill to work in factories, to make a fucking table by hand, whereas the assembly line was created by the Ford company, and now it takes little to no skill and it's mostly machine made, and now the value is pretty much just put up to whatever the companies sell it as, or
What they can get away with, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like that $500 toaster we saw earlier.
You can take a $15 concept and just run all the way with it, yeah.
Exactly. Doesn't matter how much it costs you, or yeah.
Molly, do you have any thoughts on either of the other philosophers?
I think the one I did research on was my favorite out of the three based off of beliefs and stuff. Um, I don't have anything to really add upon what you guys have already said.
That's fair. I'll ask you guys a different question then. So in a three-way fight, who wins?
Are we talking physical or like a debate?
Let's do both, but let's start with a physical fight. Who wins?
Oh,
I'll be back, and I'm gonna think about it while I'm doing my business here.
Okay. So Molly, who wins in a three-way fight? You have Karl Marx, a person who was born in the 18th century, had a lot of time to write about workers' conditions, the liberal bullshit. Then you have Nietzsche, had too much time on his hands, so he started to just like wonder why the fuck we're alive. And then you have Marcus Aurelius, the man who was a Roman emperor, fought in wars, killed people. He didn't have time to think about life. He had
that
time to
one.
think of his emotions. That's your final answer?
In a physical fight, he would win.
How about in a debate about does existence have a purpose? Who wins that fight? I think it could. I mean, I don't know really how
I
you
want to
prove.
say Nietzsche just because I like him the most.
I don't really know how you'd go about proving that life has a purpose. I guess you'd have to start by proving that it. Fuck, I don't know how you would prove that. I guess you can't. Yeah.
Not really. You have to create a purpose for there to be purpose.
There we go. Nietzsche wins.
What about you? Who do you think would win in a physical fight?
Oh, easily. Marcus Aurelius. The man was a Roman emperor. He fought in wars. The other men are philosophers. My guy was a general. He was a king.
A debate. Who would win?
I would think topic, but I would say my guy probably would do the worst. Just because, yeah, you can have all the emotional regulation for yourself and like not, be passive, not reactive. But debating higher concepts like existence or the emotions of thousands upon thousands of other lives. I don't know. I just get the feeling that Marcus Aurelius wouldn't be the best at discussing workers' rights when I believe he used slavery, or it was a very common practice during his time. So I can't imagine he was too offended by it.
Mm-hmm. Out of the other two, though, which one would win?
Nietzsche or Karl Marx? I think.
Yeah.
Karl Marx.
I wonder which one came after. Who was born later? I think Karl Marx.
Mine was 19th
Wait,
century.
What year do you know?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
He died in 1900. He was born October 15th, 1844.
1844. When was Karl Marx born?
1818.
When did he die?
1883.
So damn, they were both kind of alive around the same time.
Yeah, they could have actually fought.
I don't know. I think it would really depend on
This guy seems more fit, but like Karl Marx is like bigger.
Yeah, because he's fucking fat. Or he preaches this communist revolution shit, and he just takes the other workers' bread.
Yeah,
I think.
And then he makes people fucking skinny as fuck in the future.
It depends on like what the debate is about.
I think Santa Claus was based off of Karl Marx.
All right, derailment. I think when it comes to like personal topics or personality, I would think that Nietzsche has the expertise in that area, thinking about like what it means to be an individual human. But when it comes to like what it means to be a human among a billion other humans, I would like to say, just off of what I know, that Marx has more. He's what he's a representation of what we've made our world into with this working class monetary system. He is the result of that. Nietzsche more focuses on human existence before, monetary systems, before capitalistic or communistic ideas ruled our day-to-day lives. That's my take.
Jason, who would win in a fight?
Marcus Aurelius.
Hell, all right. Good answer.
He was an emperor.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like, the more I learn about this guy, the more badass he is. Damn. No wonder people quote this guy so much. I don't know. I mean, do I think he was like out there like conquering things himself? Probably not. He was probably throwing like men on the battlefield, and then a lot of people died for his cause. You know, it's kind of like saying like would Joe Biden beat Joe Rogan or some shit, you know?
No. What? I can imagine Joe Rogan just like kicking a hole through him.
Yeah, it's some politician fucking, you know, against some guy who speaks his mind, you know. But that's not the case because it's back then, and looks like a pretty fit dude to me, from what I know, from what the head bust tells us. All right, you know what?
What?
Let's look at all their heights.
All right, Jason, what's your weight?
Oh shit! I'd say he was average European man of the time. So it's probably 5'7" or 5'8", so around my height. Damn.
Who was Marx?
Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because people were
yeah.
shorter back then.
Yeah.
5'7", 5'8" was Marcus Aurelius. Frederick Nietzsche, or whatever you say.
Nietzsche 5'8".
Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche. His height was 5'8". Karl Marx.
6 foot.
Height? He was 5'9". He was the highest. He was the tallest. And he was still fat. What the fuck?
Marx was the highest.
So we have 1'5", 1'5'7", 2'5'8", 1'5'8", and 1'5'9". Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, damn. Yeah, they have like no physical stats of him, which makes sense. So they what they did was they did like the average size for like people back then. It was like 5'7", 5'8". Let's say we'll say 5'8". All right. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, he evenly matched Frederick. Nietzsche wasn't even like a fucking emperor or anything. He was just some fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's a fucking nerd.
He had too much time on his hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Too much time in his hands. His mustache was too big for sure. He looked worse without his mustache. But regardless of his mustache, I think he would lose out of all of them.
First one out.
I would say he would be the first one out. They'd probably
I
pick
agree
on
with
him.
that.
Karl Marx is literally the fucking Santa Claus of philosophy, alright? He's 5'9", and he's still pretty fucking fat.
Fat fuck Marx.
Yeah. That's a lie. He's not that big. Especially if you look at photos of him. It's just his beard makes him look like he's big. But I'd say that he's not that fit. compared to like an emperor back then. Like to be of yeah, to be fucking like alive as long as Marcus Aurelius was back then. Not to mention
That's
a
pretty
fucking
good.
emperor. You know, you have to know some shit. I would say Marcus Aurelius for sure. I'm sticking with what I said originally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Bow down.
Although I do see Karl Marx and Assassin's Creed wiki, so I don't know.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is this? The struggle for such a policy is embraced in the universal struggle for the emancipation of the working class. And so I say to you, proletarians of all lands, Unitel. Karl Marx delivering a speech in Unions, 1868. That was a real speech. Yeah, they literally have like a game character of him. All right, there he is.
Looks fucking goofy. What the fuck are you doing? Get down. You're done. Get down. No, down. My cat's having a fucking communist revolution right now. You're done. You know what? No, go bother mom.
Oh, Karl Marx was the founder of ideology of Marxism?
No way.
That's interesting. He was also an associate of twin master assassins Jacob and Evie Fry during his time in London. Master assassins Jacob. I mean, if he was associated with Assassin's Jacob, you know, Master
Alright,
Assassin.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Assassin's Creed right now. Alright, yeah, 100%. I would still stick with what I said originally. Aside from the whole Assassin's Creed lore, which I didn't even know existed, I need to play that game whenever he's in now. But
the Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
how do you know?
Because I know this shit, alright? I know that game. You also have the fucking Jack the Ripper DLC in that game, so...
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone agree. I think everyone agrees. Marcus Aurelius, he would win, sure.
Hell yeah! I'm glad we settled that my guy is the smartest.
I mean, I literally have a meme for him on here. It's like that's the picture of the whole podcast. You know what I'm talking about?
No idea.
If you click on Opinion Planet Podcast, the one that's live right now, it's a guy saying the world is a cruel and unjust place. There is no harmony in the universe. The only constant is suffering. And there's Marcus Aurelius telling you, do your bed, take a cold shower, exercise.
Okay, yep, there we go.
And then it's, oh my god, Stoic philosophy. I'm glad that I just read out a whole ass meme so Molly could understand.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You guys should check out these pictures. I change it every podcast.
Try and get in the habit of doing it. It's difficult. I have a busy life. I have a very tough job.
Which is why we need to get on Spotify and Apple Podcasts again.
It is
Why
true.
aren't you?
Hmm?
Why are we not on?
Because it costs money.
What the fuck?
Did somebody say something? Sorry, my
No, no. You wouldn't get it. All right, I'm looking.
my headphone got unplugged while I was in rage. All right.
You were in rage
Yeah, I was enraged.
in the rage cage.
Yeah. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't fucking know. It's the rage cage. You get pissy.
What is up with you in cages now? The wage cage, the rage cage.
Podcast cage. I don't. All right, that doesn't work. But
Yeah, it's a lies cage.
conversation cage.
All right, what's next on the schedule, huh?
We have
Yeah.
fucking nothing. We're kind of dead at this point.
No, we have engage next on the schedule.
What does engage mean?
Figure it out. We engage.
We engage.
It's time to engage with our audience.
All right.
All right. Thank you for YouTube telling me welcome to live chat. Welcome to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines.
Salem.
What?
Salem keeps attacking my feet, and it hurts.
Hey,
Well-
Ferris pushed off me earlier, and her nails like dug into my chest.
They
They're being-
probably are related to Elias, who is also a avid foot fetishist.
That is true.
He has a weird life. No, I haven't talked to him in a while.
Is that normal or
Normally we're like off and on. Sometimes like
The
play a
last
game. and-
time I talked to him, it was him texting me, "We're gonna lose our streak."
do you just leave them on red?
No, I responded to him, but I
Oh.
just find it funny that because I haven't been keeping up with my streaks, he's got to text me like through my phone number and be like, "We're gonna lose it if you don't respond."
When was
Do
that?
you still have it, or is it?
The streak?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should lose it.
When was it?
When
When you lost your streak? Okay, when was the date?
no, he texted me about it on the 18th. We never lost the streak though.
He probably died then. I don't think I've talked to him all month, which is crazy. I'm not on bad terms with him. We just haven't talked.
Those are rookie numbers. You
Because
gotta
of
get those
who
up.
you're hanging out with, he doesn't want to speak to you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does know that. The podcast is up and running again.
Hope he's listening to it right now.
He's not. I can
I know.
guarantee that. Because he works on the weekends.
It's so difficult. I mean, who could ever do that? That's
You work while everyone else is resting.
I
Yeah.
know. What a brave job.
Yeah, you know. 2026. All right. I want an officer to thank me for my service and then call them and tell them they're probably too fat and or pathetic to pass basic training.
I want to flip an officer off and hope that they get too pissy and try and like detain me and arrest me for it.
That's
It's a good way to get some money.
it's pretty good. And there's a video I saw where someone was like telling the cop, like, just fought cops, cops suck or whatever, and there's a cop that says, "You're not allowed to say that. You can't say that."
So fucking stupid. Not a single fucking state where you can't tell a police officer go fuck yourself, you fat cunt.
That's not illegal. It's just true.
It's just disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace.
That's probably what they'd say.
You're
Like,
acting
who's-
suspicious.
You're acting suspicious. If you're suspicious, then you wouldn't be saying that shit. You'd be like, "Oh, police are great. Yeah, I love the police." As you,
I'll make sure to use that point next time that ever happens.
I mean, it's true. I mean, who the fuck's gonna like try and like say fuck the police while they like, quickly trying to hide their drugs in the glove box or some shit? You know, they're gonna try and pretend they're like a good citizen.
You're under detainment. And it's a stop and identify state.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like one of the reasons why I'd actually want to get insurance for the Crown Vic is to just go around and just flip them off.
It's like, oh shit, it's private investigators right there. Flip them off. Fuck. That's why I chose the job I chose. Because a lot of officers, they couldn't get into the position I'm in, so I can give them shit
Yeah.
for it. Like, just because you couldn't pass basic, huh?
Fat motherfucker.
Yeah.
Had to settle for this, didn't you, you fucking desk jockey? It just...
The added one is like, I bet you're too afraid to jump out of an airplane. You'll give me a ticket all day, though, fat fuck, huh? I don't know. The shit you do just so you can, like, give people shit for it later.
Yeah. Would you ever want to do that, Molly? If you think like you could potentially get a lawsuit victory out of it, just like flip a cop off, tell them to go fuck themselves, and then they start to like try and arrest you.
I don't think so.
It doesn't matter what kind of bachelor's you get, you can still go to law school to be a lawyer.
Where did you get your degree? YouTube? I've actually heard that one used before. I've
That's
heard
pretty
that
good.
used.
That's pretty good. But if you get a STEM degree, then you can work in like, I think it's like something to do with like property. It's something to do with property. Like a distinction on where someone's property can be or some shit like that. Kind of like the episode from Better Call Saul. It's like, what is this picture? Is that a man fucking a horse?
What?
You don't remember that episode?
No.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Saul Goodman showed a guy. You've seen Better Call Saul, right? You've seen all of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he walked up, or there's this guy's property that these construction workers were trying to take. And there's a picture that he showed him. It's like, is that, it was a guy fucking a horse. Obviously, you didn't see it, but it was, the guy was questioning him on it. And Saul responded with like, yeah, that's the guy who's fucking the horse, that's me. And the horse is the system, or whatever the fuck.
I think I might know what you're talking about, maybe.
Anyway, that's if you get a STEM degree, you can work in that kind of shit. At least that's to my knowledge. I might obviously be wrong, but there's something that you can't do as an attorney or a lawyer.
I want to see how much the average lawyer gets paid.
Lawyer or attorney? Because they're two
Lawyer.
different things.
Yes, dumb fuck, I know. That's why I'm looking at average lawyer salary. Fucking retard. Oh my fucking god.
Hey, some people don't
80
know that. Some people are more retarded.
50K to 170K. And that's, pretty big fucking range, but hourly wage, $31.96. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Imagine having your own office, your own like oak coated desk.
That would be kind of cool. What
With
vehicle would you drive if you were a
Saul-
lawyer?
Yeah, Saul Goodman screwing over the government.
Do you have a vehicle if you were a lawyer that you drive around?
100% would probably be a Land Rover. I'd probably sell the Lincoln for a Land Rover
You
or some
fucking
shit.
Fuck. Land Rover. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. It would be the Jaguar. What else would it be?
Alright, that's fair. That'll work.
The fancy ass British car.
Molly, if you were a lawyer, do you have like a really high end vehicle that you'd want to be driving around your lawyering self in?
I'd stick with the Volvo.
That's fair.
The Volvo is nice. I gotta, yeah. What about you?
God damn. I don't know, either a BMW or an Audi. One of those two.
It's very show off.
Yeah,
get-
pretty
I
much.
get
It's
paid
like
a-
high sports car.
I get paid more than you do. I get paid screwing over the government.
Let's see. Management of companies and enterprises lawyer position usually means $109 for an hourly wage. That is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, just
See,
become a big
alright.
shot fucking lawyer for a big company, and then you're just set for life.
So I drive the Jaguar during like colder seasons, but like during the summer I drive like some convertible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just to show off for no reason. But
The
I've always,
richest lawyer. What?
never mind. Doesn't matter. Just consumerism.
The richest lawyer has $2.3 billion. The lawyer of the music industry. That sounds fucking stupid. His clients include Rolling Stones, Michael Jackson, Aerosmith.
Yeah, that's another thing though. 'Cause you have to be like because I like to think about, attorneys or lawyers as like someone who represents the people, you know?
Mhm.
Obviously governments have lawyers, or like government organizations have lawyers, or
Wanna be a
shitty
government
corporations are gonna have
prosecutor?
it. I think if you're a lawyer or an attorney that represents a corporation or a government organization, you're not a real lawyer. Not to me, not in my eyes.
The average salary for a prosecutor in Minnesota is anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000. It's pretty good.
Not bad. Prosecutor.
Yeah.
So you might have to represent like some piece of shit fucking
Yeah, that makes it more fun.
yeah, that does. That makes you a criminal lawyer, not a criminal lawyer.
Okay.
That's the only way to go about it, is to literally be Saul. All right.
I think it'd be fun to be like a federal prosecutor. You get like the fun cases, fucking RICO cases.
It would be fun to represent those being accused against the federal government. If you're good enough at your job.
Pretty much I could be like the OJ defense team. The fucking Cochran. Wasn't that the lead lawyer's
Yeah.
name?
OG defense team. Would be perfect.
If the glove fits, you must acquit. Yeah.
And you see like him pretending to struggle to put the glove on, and
He's like, well, I can't get it done.
Yeah. I think it was put in like frozen or like it was put in cold conditions, which obviously like shrinks the glove a little bit.
And obviously he's trying to put it on with gloves on already.
Yeah, exactly.
The other funny part is, after everything, some like news company was doing an interview with him, and he did this to try and be funny, but he knocked on like the hotel room of the news lady, and like when she opened it, he had like a fake plastic knife, and he just started to like pretend stab her, and he's like, "Ha, got ya."
What the fuck? Is that an actual thing?
I'm gonna send you the clip. Fucking amazing. He totally acts like
That's
I guarantee
great.
he fucking killed him. He definitely did.
Yeah, an actual murder, like pretending. Get it? Get it?
Stabbing prank. Yep. All right. All right. Da 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 da. No, it's a clip that should stand with all of history because of how good it is.
Well, I'm out of wine. Just got to finish a little bit up here, but it's a lot of alcohol that I've consumed tonight. Actually, I'm surprised. I want to watch it, but I'm gonna get. Is it really gonna matter? You know what? Fuck it. All right, I'm gonna start watching. I actually turned the volume off on the computer audio, which you guys are attached to as well. But whatever, whatever.
I've never personally shaken hands with a murderer. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Very nice meeting you. Huh?
Doesn't that hurt your feelings?
And you got me right.
Yeah, so for anyone that's like in
After we finished filming, OJ
anyone that was like
he had a
alive
surprise for me,
should
and
just
I
kind of know
genuinely
at
was
least some of the most
surprised.
basic
Did you do
details of the OJ trial.
No, I didn't.
I think
Molly,
it was
you know
his
what
idea of a
he
joke.
was accused of, right?
Murdering
And this is it.
someone he was in a relationship with. Was he married
Oh,
or is this-
yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What was those sound effects when he did that too?
And this
I
is
don't
it.
remember if they were married.
What the hell? All right.
Nope.
He said nope. He didn't do it.
And this is it.
He sounds like a fucking bird when he starts pretending to stab her.
Did not do it.
And then he goes wide eyed at the camera. What the fuck?
No, I didn't. Nope, did not do it.
Alright, and then just slow motion for the rest of the video. Alright. But I like that. It's pretty good. You know what? If I was accused of murdering someone, I'd probably not do the same thing, because then that would probably make it look like I did it. But
It is perfect. I mean, the line, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. That is the best example of it rhymes, or it's true because it rhymes.
yeah, exactly. That's my favorite. I came up with that personally. It's probably out there on the internet, but
Yeah, your comment on a CNN video, your profile is ProGamerQQ3NL.
yeah. It's true because it rhymes. I was thinking, like, if it fits, like, if the boot fits, the very classic if the boot fits kind of thing. It's in Toy Story 2, It means if the boot fits up your ass. So if the glove fits,
The glove goes on your ass.
exactly. But that's interesting to think about. that I still have that video in my head. Jesus Christ. What's the fucking point of that? OJ Simpson pulls an absolutely banging prank. That's the name of the video, by the way. That's a pretty silly prank to me, honestly.
Yeah, the fact that the gloves were soaked in blood, frozen and unfrozen several times before they made it into the courtroom. Yeah.
Which obviously shrunk them. I mean, it looked like he was putting them on, and then he was like trying to make it look like it wouldn't fit, and then and then he just kind of figured out that, like, it's perfect. It doesn't fit. I don't, because it just barely didn't fit. That's it. It's not like it was like an extreme like difference.
The glove's too tight. I can't murder my wife. Shit.
That's what I would do. I'd buy some like insanely small gloves and then kill someone with it. I wouldn't. Why would you buy the exact same size? Yeah.
You're already setting up your defense. You're good. You got this.
Yeah. Years in advance, they're gonna look at this fucking podcast.
Yeah. Should we call it here?
I guess. Yeah, we probably should. It's 3 hours in. No one said anything. We had a viewer last time. What the hell?
Yeah, we took a week off, so now we got to like do this for another like 5 weeks before we get one viewer again.
That's true. We'll actually say that. We'll say probably 3 weeks. Absolutely no one again. We'll probably start to switch platforms because this sucks.
And I think YouTube just wants us to make a video every day, and that's
it's not possible. Maybe possible on TikTok, but but anyway, yeah. Thank you for listening to our podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back as a caller if you're not too afraid of talking to 3 other human beings. Do you guys have anything to say for our goodbyes?
Just go fuck yourself, you fucking non-existent piece of shit viewer. You make this podcast less fun to do with your non-interactions, but that's about it.
Agreed.